absolutely have to get rid of that civilization with Yo, in my opinion. But we'll see what actually takes place here today. But yeah, I'm really excited for this series. As we said, this could be the most competitive set in the round of 16. And we've got game number 1 on Spiral. Every generation with Spiral is a little bit different. They're very close to the edge of the map here. Yo in the red playing as the Malians, and then Sebastian playing as the Huns.
Yeah, and the different generations of Spiral kind of dictate how the game is going to be played out. So this one with them right near the water and up against the edge means it's very easy to wall. It's kind of hard to wall around the water if you lose it, but also very short distance to the water. So they're usually now sending like 1 villager to the water instead of 2 right at the beginning. And probably forward docks are more likely, which honestly kind of plays into Yo's hands as the Malians here a little bit more than it does Sebastian. I think Sebastian would have liked maybe the generation that was further away from the water.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Gives Yo... I think Yo is also a bit more passive, and being further apart is going to be beneficial for him here. Now, small thing, the berries in the deer area, that is like so far compared to any other Spiral generation I've seen. And Sebastian wandered over to the same area that Yo did, and he actually finds the cow and the sheep there. If he can get that cow and sheep home, and then also double over to the other berry area, he's going to be up like, it's too early to do math, but that's 500 food, which really helps you delay your farms, which is always important when you're transitioning in mid-feudal.
Can we just call it a Baria?
A Baria, yeah, I like that.
Baria over there?
Yeah, dude.
Yo's looking for those, man. He's looking for the cow and the sheep, but I think he's got his timings a little bit wrong, and now he's coming out to find Sebastian. You do know where your opponent is. That's one thing about Spiral, right? You generate here, you know exactly where they've generated on the exact opposite side. I think, like, Civ selections here, I like both of them. I think Malians is a little bit more of a meta pick right now. Kind of forces you, though, to go into the forward dock unless you're going to be like Nikov and go for random fast castle Gabettos that we saw yesterday. But it also kind of answers a question for Sebastian, like, what is Yo going to pick on Nomad? Now, it's going to be Koreans, most likely.
Most likely Koreans, yeah. Because this was Malian's second pick, and that was the thing I was going to bring up. Malians is an early pick for Yo, so if Sebastian wins this, it's almost like 1.2 wins or something like that. And I do want to bring up from the information we acquired yesterday with the Malians against any Camel Archer, Cav Archer type Civ, Malians kind of struggle a little bit against Massier because they have the weak skirms compared to other Civs. They do have the camels, but if I'm Sebastian here, I'm just hoping to keep this even in Feudal. And if you could wall up, like we said, you can do with this map, 3 range Cav Archers with Huns. I know it's not that common these days, but I think it could be really good for Sebastian against Yo here.
I have also seen people try Cav Archers on this map and just not get them rolling in time before the 3 TCs are up for the other player. And then +2 armor comes in for a Camel Civ, and the Cav Archers are just running the whole time, right? So if you are not ahead in eco and you're trying to go for those Cav Archers, you really have to hit your timing, and you have to find the damage early. I think the game yesterday that you were referencing against ACCM where the Camel Archers came out, like, ACCM got really unlucky there as well, to be fair. His TCs got discovered 3 separate times.
The 3 archers. Yeah, it was, I mean, it's one of those, I think players are going to look for that a lot, but very rarely do they stop 3 TCs.
Yeah,
right?
It's usually an acceptable risk to try and go out there for those TCs as both players now get to the feudal age. Fire Galley on the way out from both. Sebastian should be able to defend his fish. Still has the 2 vills there. If Yo saw those 2 vills, I would actually like a demo here to just try and sneak in there and pop those, right? Like,
bro, freaking game 1 and you're already starting with the demo crap, dude. It does not make sense to make a demo here, dude.
It does.
They're going to notice. You make a fire galley.
He's going to make a fire galley too. I'm saying for the follow-up ship, not the first one. And I said if he sees them.
Yeah, that's fair. I do.
Oh, so now you're going to come out and just lose your fire galley. Yo, very clever here with the villager walled in, but the spearman is there too.
Oh, Yo!
That's super clever.
Everything we're witnessing here is insane, actually.
But he's not going to save it. So now she's just stuck.
Wow. Well, Yo, he would have wanted to have found the kill, and now he's making the demo game.
Now, do you go after
demo the fish?
The fire galley or the villager or the fish? The fish.
Yeah.
What?
Demos suck, bro. Demos
Maybe he
suck.
went after the wrong. He did kill the scout from Sebastian, but Sebastian now is chasing his scout down. And let's take a look at what Yo's doing. It's an archer range.
Yeah. Now Yo should understand his opponent's going for scouts at this point. He's had a bit of time to realize that, but no, the opening has not brought him the reward he was looking for.
Didn't spark joy?
It didn't spark joy. Not at all. Now,
Throw it out.
What I'd like to see is if Sebastian can actually stop Yo from walling up right now. I feel like it's going to be really difficult because Yo's got such an easy map to wall.
Yep.
If he protects with a couple spearmen here.
Yeah, and that's part of the thing about this generation, right? Your one side is completely blocked off by the edge of the map, and then you can kind of protect with the water. So far, a really solid defense from Sebastian, and he's walling himself too. That's a position the Huns rarely find themselves in. I think Huns need to wall more generally. Players kind of fall into that trap where they play open. But this is a good job from Sebastian. And he's kind of setting himself up a little bit to go into the CA. One problem on this map with going CA, once you get to Castle Age, you need a lot of gold. And there's only a couple tiles near your starting TC. So you need to leave your base for gold at some point. And we saw ACCM, like you mentioned, get punished hard for that yesterday.
Yeah. It's same deal with archers and fire galleys, though, right? So, Yo's invested in a lot of that. I think what's so helpful here is having leftover feudal age army while you're upping to the next age. And Sebastian, he's seen archers and spears from his opponent. He's already on skirms. This trapped villager, that trapped villager is going to go down.
Okay.
Yo's going to try a move here.
Delete the wall, go across the water, make it look like a mistake, and then pop out with this demo, and boom.
Dude, it's first game for me. I can't even really compute the level of next levelism.
Next
trying to go for it.
That's my religion, bro. Next levelism. I love it.
I wasn't sure if that was gonna sound good. I'm pretty happy with that though.
I like it. That's amazing, dude.
I think Sebastian, it was always gonna be tough for him in this situation once that dock went down. There's only so much deep fish. And he's kept fishy ships alive here. I think he could be happy with that.
He's done a really good job. Yeah.
What Yo's going to be happy with, though, is that he hasn't had to worry about his fish at all. He's collected maybe 200 more food with that. And so this is all, even though Yo probably won't have, any massive follow-up right now, this is all perfectly fine for him.
Eco's
First
good
game of the
too.
series. He just wants to chill. And, take it to Castle Age, like we said.
Sebastian does have horse color, but look at the resources for Yo. Beautiful, right? He's just getting that market up. He needs the market to go up right now, though it does already have a blacksmith, so maybe he can just get up naturally. Beautiful job so far from him. He did kill the 2 fishing ships from Sebastian, but Sebastian sniped that villager, obviously. Resources collected really even.
Yeah, also, Sebastian's got 4 vills in queue right now. So if he unqueues a couple of those, these resources are going to rise really nicely for him. I would like to see him wall on the front of his TC. We've seen so many instances over the years where, especially with TCs being so inaccurate now, where players just run through with knights. So I think Sebastian will probably do that. But for now, he's just going to harass the woodline. And this is all you could really do. And this is nice. This is adding some level of inefficiencies to Yo's economy. And Yo only has spears and archers, so he doesn't have an army that can actually comfortably deal with those 4 skirms there.
Dock goes down from Yo, so no threat there anymore. Sebastian with a very lonely fishing ship here, but that'll keep bringing in food, so it's nice as Yo spots the hole on the front side of Sebastian's base. Can't go in, though.
Yeah. Yep, and this is really nice for Sebastian. Yo will not really care about these archers, but this pretty much confirms in Sebastian's mind his opponent will go knights. No one's going to continue to go archers after losing those.
I love that Sebastian has a skirmisher and a spearman over on the right side of Yo's base. So he's trying to track whether Yo can escape. What he isn't tracking is the 2 stables at the front side from Yo. So he's scouting really nicely over here, but he's not monitoring what his opponent's going to go into. It's likely stable for Yo, but there's also a possibility he only goes one stable and then like additional TCs, and it would be really nice for Sebastian to get a glimpse of those two stables right there as Yo brings the scout over and finds the skirmisher.
Yeah. It's so funny. Sebastian's trying to scout the other areas with the spear, but unfortunately, he should have maybe kept the spearman around. But this should tell Sebastian he's got his other scouts patrolling the other area. It is almost confirmed that that means that Yo will place a TC here. And Yo also doesn't know what Sebastian's going to go for. Doesn't really have the vision. But I think he could just expect it's going to be cav archers.
So you get husbandry and you get the +2 armor. And you feel things out with the first two knights. See if you can do damage. Maybe sneak through. Sebastian walling in front of his TC, which is beautiful. And then once you see the cav archers switch maybe into camel, expand your eco. Sebastian is going to have to hit the timings. He won't be able to deny the TC, but he is going for a second one on the gold, which I love.
Yeah, dude. So you just cannot afford to make many knights in Yo's current situation. Eventually, he'll be able to. But if you go for the additional 2 town centers right away, and you only have 13 on food, it's 10 farmers, there's no way he's going to make many knights here. This is going to be Yo maybe needing to shift into a little bit of defense at some point.
Just markets, dude. +2 armor.
+2 armor on
buys
3
200
knights?
food. Buys 200 food, and then the siege workshop coming out. Hey.
Wow. I mean, you do need the armor against the CA. It's very uncommon to see so many upgrades come in for only 3 units at this point, though. And the cav archers for Sebastian are going to see that town center foundation. That's awkward for Yo.
Yeah, he can send over a camel to potentially deal with that. Maybe send all the vills to get that TC up. Sebastian just runs right past that. He's not camping. He goes right to the wood line for Mr. Yo. Yo should be able to save the vills here. Sebastian already with 9 cav archers, but look at this. The +2 knights right under the TC. Yo's identified that gold.
Yep, nice job from Sebastian to react. Okay, key for Sebastian is maintaining that mass. He loves to like split up groups, right? He's trying to kill as many areas as possible, but you really have to just keep at least 2 groups of cav archers together. I think you could get away with like 15 in each, and now Yo is going to struggle to actually take this gold tier on the right side with the cav archers being there.
Scorpion coming out might be able to help his wood line. He's struggling to keep all of his TCs running and to keep the units coming out. Like he said, the food eco simply isn't there. But he is kind of working away on the walls, and Sebastian has to be careful. He actually goes for a market wall. Great job at the back there to damage control that. If those knights got in, it could be ugly.
I am guessing that Yo, as the Scorpion's going to come in. Sebastian has no bloodlines. These Scorpion shots are really nice for Yo right now.
And Yo might be able to run in.
Overchop?
Yep. Overchop happening.
Going to happen. And Yo is... I assumed Yo was paying attention to that. And he is paying attention to that. I think that was a patrol. Patrols right now are going into buildings instead of units.
I don't know.
Yo noticed it. And
he was attacking the blacksmith, not the wall. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. But Sebastian notices, but nice shot from Yo. And this is what's so impressive about Yo. He's been able to find decent enough damage with very low army numbers right now and defend himself.
Well, that's the Yo special, right? +2 armor, random armies raiding, and then a clean eco. Well, hasn't been super clean, but it's pretty clean for his situation. Behind all of that is Sebastian now advances with the Mangonel and the cav archers. Would love to see maybe a knight added in from Sebastian. It could help against the siege, potentially.
Yeah, dude. And now we're going to see Sebastian really try and pile on the pressure. Now, what he's not doing is he's not on 3 town centers, right? He doesn't have bloodlines yet, which means if he receives some hits from any of the units that Yo has out there, these cav archers are going to go down pretty quickly. We don't have ballistics yet. There's just things that you normally want that Sebastian doesn't have. But what he has instead is the pressure. And this hill is just perfect. Both the extra TCs are here for Yo. This is like the only area Sebastian really needs to focus on, and it really simplifies the situation for him.
Okay, Tristan, there is a non-zero chance, and we've been here before with this statement, that Yo comes forward and castles on the hill on Sebastian's TC in the north.
Yeah, you're right. I wonder... I think you can only do that if
you know where the army is.
Defend yourself.
Yep.
He got to defend yourself.
Good trade for Yo. Really, really solid trade for Yo.
Dude, if he tries to go forward with a castle, I mean, I agree. It's non-zero chance, right? So it could happen, but the ranges are going to be sending cav archers right across the middle of the map. That is such a risky forward castle to consider. But if you think you're in a bad spot, like, you have to take a risk. Maybe a castle towards the middle
Maybe
makes sense on the gold.
He's going for another TC. The scouts are there, but Yo sent a camel. And Yo is also gathering the relics. Sebastian getting bloodlines now. It's a very dangerous army for Sebastian. But if he loses the siege, there's really no opportunity for him to pressure. So he's got to be careful with these mangonels.
Yeah, a couple monks with the cav archers here would be really helpful for Sebastian, but monastery from home made a lot more sense for things like relics. So Yo can... We've seen this so many times where he's just going to find one opportunity to catch Sebastian out of position.
Yep.
And now that he's got, you know, the +2 plus so many camels and knights, he could easily
How's that
kill
Scorpion
the
not being
siege.
damaged? It didn't take any damage from those mangonels, bro. There we go.
It does go down. TC still a problem for Yo. Really hard to manage your economy when you're getting pressured like this. Yo is not expanding with the farms like he wants. And did you see that shot from Sebastian?
Yep.
Yo's going to try and snipe the siege, but every time he does, the cav archers are waiting. I love the patience from Sebastian, dude. When you have cav archers, you normally want to be extremely mobile, but he at least recognizes he can't leave his siege right now, and he keeps baiting Yo into thinking that he can come in and take the siege with these camels. Like, watch, he's going to go right back, and he knows because of the outposts that Yo is coming in. I'm surprised Yo's throwing this much army, Dave. This is going to lead to a lot of losses, but he does take the siege.
He takes out the mangonels. Yep, both of them.
Yeah. Yep.
And now his TCs can't really be pressured. Sebastian does have 34 cav archers, though, and Yo is going for the castle defensively here. Sebastian expanding outwards with more TCs. We're going late game on this one. I do like the fact that both of them are grabbing relics, and you can see Sebastian also with a monk over there on the west side. So Yo leads the camel, but Sebastian might get that relic. Nice job.
In late game, if Malians can get to Farimba camels, could be really strong, but I still think like heavy cav archer halb for hunts. I don't know if Malians have much of an answer for that.
Yep.
This demo I love. You got to make one. You just have to have a demo ready in case the cav archers come back.
It's not even a demo, dude. Make a fishing ship and garrison it in that dock. Sebastian won't go anywhere near that, dude.
Okay, wait. So you want the demo earlier, but now when it's obvious you gotta try a demo, you want to fake with a fishing ship?
I love the demo, but it's more than the demo. It's the idea of the demo that's more dangerous than the demolition ship itself. Good attack around there from you.
Are you sure about that, Dave? Are you sure about that? That was an insane hit from Yo.
Huge.
Wow.
Sebastian didn't respect the flag, dude. That's why you got it. That's why you got to respect the flag.
Well, hey, the fishing ship will work next time because he's going to respect it. And some really good moments for Yo. I mean, that's huge. But still being pressured by Sebastian.
Mangonel dies to Scorpion.
Ooh.
Man, that's so brutal for Sebastian. He had such a good spot, but Yo, in the way that he does, he's just alive and in a okay position.
Yeah,
so he can start queuing
I like
up.
the word okay there.
Yeah,
I like the
Sebastian's
word okay because,
still really good economically.
Well, dude, I mean, you're never going to break Yo. Well, not never, but rarely are you going to break Yo in early castle age, right? It almost always goes late with him. And he's recognized that, right? Like, true underdogs, we see it all the time. They try and kill with, like, 1 or 2 openings. If it doesn't work, okay, game over. The favorite wins. This is just a new era, man. Sebastian is insane. And there's a reason I think he can win today because he's playing this like the best of the best play.
Yep.
You go take tiny advantages. You go to the late game. You expand with vision, outpost, relics, what have you. He's up. Yo's not even close to clicking up right now.
Dude, I can't believe Sebastian didn't respect the flag. I still can't believe that. He's going to need to start, and this isn't a patriotic thing or whatever, he's going to need to start respecting the flag, all right?
Yeah, I mean, it was a juicy one. It was also, like, we haven't had a demo like that in a long time, and it was right as you were saying, fishing ship. It's like, no other time did the players make the demo until there.
Oh.
Well, so people are going to think, all right, like, what does Yo do here, right? He's going to make camels. Now, he's doing the right thing. The problem is the cost of the camel. It's food and gold. That's also the same cost for Imp. So essentially, Sebastian's only spending food on upgrades and villagers. And it's just so fluid, right? And if he can get, I mean, Bracer and Chemistry even. This is before we even think about Heavy Cav Archer. Yo is going to have some a tough time here. And Yo just cannot defend everywhere. Unless he's able to get more castles down, which is kind of his goal right now.
I'm surprised that Yo only got into Sebastian's base with that one raid. A lot of the time, and maybe it's because he went for that third TC so early. He couldn't afford the army, even though he got +2 right away. But so many times we've seen, you know, Yo getting pressured at home by a big mass, and then he's got 1 or 2 knights raiding away, killing villagers. Didn't happen here. Credit to Sebastian holding that pressure in. And Yo is now coming out with the camels, but Sebastian, once he gets Bracer, these +2 camels won't be that much of a threat against his Cav Archers. What Yo will do here is kind of hold him in for a period until he can click up, and Yo's now up 50 on food somehow.
50 on food. Has to stall camel production as he's going to lose all of his camels, though. It's going to take a long time. Now, Sebastian seems to feel like if he just if he stonewalls and he just castles safe at home, that he can't lose this game. If he felt like there's any pressure on him here, he may have built a more aggressive castle. I honestly would have liked a more aggressive castle near where his Cav Archers are, but I can't hate against Yo when we're talking about his raiding potential, the defensive castle as well.
Sebastian also has the capability to make Drummond's here, which could matter.
True.
We don't usually talk about the Hunnic Navy, but yeah, it could be really good. Also, one thing that Sebastian does so well is getting all of his eco upgrades. Like, it's so rare. Exactly. And Handcart comes in really early for him a lot of the times. It's so rare to see him chilling in Imperial Age with just Wheelbarrow and like the first wood upgrade or something like that. He's really focused on that. So his efficiency on the economy is going to look really, really strong. On the other side, Yo trying to go for a defensive castle. Camels are here, but the Cav Archers have Chemistry and they have Bracer, and now Heavy Cav Archer on the way.
Yo has to throw all of his army here just so he can get a castle up. He's no map control, so he feels like he has to do this, but
7 stable production, though.
That's rough. Yeah, I wonder what his gold situation will be like, though, because he can't conveniently take the left gold, and the gold on the very right is kind of running dry. Sebastian could just kind of hold this position, and if he holds, Yo won't be able to make camels for much longer.
Well, Yo does have Malleants, which is nice, as Sebastian tries to snipe some vills. I don't think he can deny that. Yo has to toss away the army, like you said, as Yo trying to defend the other castle on the other side. He's got a lot of res in the bank. Could go for Heavy Camel right away. Could go for Farimba right away if he wants to, but it's tough.
I think you got to go for one big fight before Halb comes in, which Sebastian's thinking about right here up next to his Trebs. And you need to try and get Farimba. 20 camels is all you can really afford. Just try and get Farimba. Yep. There it is. So he can fight this in a minute, but I don't know if he's going to have a castle in a minute. Dude,
still like, 58 on food, and he's getting light cap.
Sebastian, sorry to interrupt. We're both so excited here, but like, isn't Sebastian playing with such a sense of inevitability right now? It's like, it feels like top 5 talent, and it felt that way
Thalassocracy Cup.
In the Thalassocracy Cup. Yeah, like he is playing insane. This is against Yo, dude. He's playing unbelievable Age of Empires right now.
Yeah, the level of confidence from him is crazy. Usually you see this level come out after someone, well, I say after someone wins a big tournament. I guess Thalassocracy Cup, right? That's his tournament. But he was playing like this against Out too there in the finals. So, I mean, really great job from him. Mr. Yo does have Farimba, Heavy Camel. He's got 52 on food, and he already has the light cav tech with all of his upgrades for the cavalry coming in. So Sebastian still has some meat left on the bone here that he needs to eat, because Mr. Yo has gotten himself to the position he wanted to get into.
Dude, look at these castles for Sebastian. Like, he's placing, that is an uber safe castle in the north. But I think he understands the matchup and thinks Cav Archer Halp cannot be beaten by Malleans. It is a real weakness for Malleans to have a ball of Cav Archers up against them, because the only thing they can make is Camel, and Camel is just not good enough to getting close. It's especially bad if the opponent can make Halp, too.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough. Yo needs to raid big time. He is getting some raids in, but that's what these safe castles are for. Kind of the Hera castles, right? The ones in the back of his base where you can farm around them.
Yep. Yeah, Sebastian will be fine here. Like, there's always a castle involved. The right side, he does lose a lot now. Yo's getting some good value there, but the left side, he's getting trepped down. And Yo is, like, building TCs to keep villagers safe for a very short period of time. That is just simply not going to be enough for him here. And he's just not able to kill Sebastian because of all the defense that Sebastian has set up.
He has gotten a lot of villager kills in the last few minutes. And Sebastian doesn't have a huge number of halbs. The trebs are kind of exposed as well. But Yo is very distracted with other things currently. The camels are farming on the right side, even with that castle there. Killed a lot.
Yeah, castle. Yeah, and there's going to be light cab as well. I mean, for Yo to have a chance, he needs to take a corner away from Sebastian. The right side would be it. But he's just ignoring the left side where there's 30 villagers, right? So, like, both players are going to lose builds. Yo's building another TC!
Rat mode engaged.
That's so funny.
And more, now, stables. Lots of stables for Sebastian. So Sebastian's like, okay, you want to make it a raiding game? We'll make it a raiding game. I've got halbs to kill your army. Kills a raiding forest from Yo. Yo has gold control now. On the right side, he's almost got too much gold at the moment. And Yo is going into Gebetto to deal with the halb. So a super interesting composition matchup in this game already.
Yeah, Yo needs to get Tigui, dude. He needs these TCs. All of his TCs are going to need some extra arrows here in a second. But I think just sniping that trap there for Sebastian on the right side was enough to stabilize. And it's very uncommon to see Yo go in and triple trap like that. But I think his situation was so dire that he just didn't feel he had the time
Cavalier
to really mass more there.
I guess he's got the gold, right? He's just missing the food. His food eco was looking so good for so long, and now it's just not looking good at all. But I mean, Cavalier research is coming in. He's killing more vills. Sebastian at 116, Yo at 111. But look at the population count over. Another TC on the left side. Oh my God, Mr. Yo. You've already lost 6 over here.
Yo's never going to get another castle at this rate because he just continues to spend some of his stone on TCs. And Sebastian just continues to take out TCs and push towards the middle. That's where Yo's relics are. That's where he has farming eco. I love how Sebastian only has 2 cav archers camping the TCs in the corner.
Yep.
I think I would probably have like 10, you know? And I would then not have as much army.
Demo?
Another demo.
Should have kept the flag.
But not good enough there. This is the last attempt for Yo here, Dave, with these Cavalier and the regrouping.
Not good for Sebastian. I mean, I think Yo could just patrol in there and try and get those trebs.
Yeah.
TC is still alive on the left side. Sebastian pushing him with the halbs. He's going to take out the trebs, and these are not elite Gebetto. Just regular Gebetto. So can't do anything against that amount of halbs. But still, Yo takes out the trebs. And Yo is back to 130 pop, but Sebastian is pop cap.
Yeah, and Sebastian's got 60 on food. I'm surprised Yo is 46 on food, to be honest. That's really impressive. Gold is actually becoming an issue for both players. Sebastian's gold is being raided on the very left side now. He'll defend it, but that's the only area I'm seeing him
Another
mine
TC
gold.
from Yo over on the other side.
Oh my God.
Again, how many TC? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think
only got
6
5
have
now.
died over here. Like,
yeah, he's probably made like a dozen.
and one in the middle. A lot of gold there.
But I mean, the issue for Yo is he hasn't had to deal with any true raids at this point, and he's about to just have hustlers run into his base. He doesn't have castles. You need castles. Sebastian's got 4 castles, 3 castles, something set up to deal with raids. Well, you could live in those TCs, but you're not going to be working on food now. And this was like the safe area of Yo's eco. Yeah, this is probably the finishing blow, Dave. Yo cannot deal with these raids. He's going to drop down to 100 pop here.
Yeah. He's at 130 right now. There's flashing dots all over his economy, and villagers are dying. The trebs are working away on that TC just built in the center. He's going to have to abandon that. Mr. Yo's tenacity is on full display here, but Sebastian has just controlled the game completely. He's done a great job, and he's probably going to take game 1 here.
So this is going to be classic, right? Because I'm going to say these words, and then Yo's going to be Yo, and Yo might come back and win the series. But I honestly, I haven't had a feeling that someone else could jump into that top 5 conversation in a while.
Sebastian's one of them.
Sebastian
Yeah.
is actually giving me that feel, dude. It's just the gameplay speaks for itself. You don't need to look at anything else.
Yep.
How he played Thalassocracy Cup, how he's playing here against Yo. I mean, we'll see him on the other maps. That's going to be the question, but the dude is playing like a maniac. And Yo has
85
always
pop.
been very, very, like, aware, I guess, of his limitations as a player and his opponent's strengths. You know, we've talked a lot to him. Yo's gonna feel like, oh my god, my opponent's an absolute beast right now. This is gonna be tough for me today.
No, dude, we've talked to Yo enough. That's not how Yo is gonna feel.
That's true. He doesn't think.
No.
That's his
Yo
thing.
is gonna be like, I was bad.
Well,
That's what I
did
love
ask
about him, dude.
I did ask him before a series at NIC. We're walking to the house. I said, "Yo, like, what's your mindset going into the day? Like, what are you thinking?" He goes, "I don't think it helps." I guess it's because of nerves or whatever. So, but game 1, Sebastian stomps, honestly. But it
Yeah.
was a good hold from Yo. I think that Civ-wise, it did seem awkward for him. There wasn't a lot more I think I could have suggested that he do here. So he'll have to go back to the drawing board, have to go back to the strats, and respond with one of his home maps here.
I hope
But that was
Sebastian.
insane.
I hope we have a LAN event with Sebastian where we can meet him and kind of have those talks like we have with Yo, because we've met Yo a bunch of times, right? And
Yeah,
we know his attitude. He's got simultaneously like the healthiest and most unhealthy approach to his
Mindset,
mindset. Like he always just is super accountable. You know, he's always like, well, I'm really bad. So you know, that's it. And I could have played better. That helps, I'm sure, but at the same time, you got to recognize some players are just gaming, and Sebastian was absolutely gaming there.
That's what he was, dude. I love the Huns pick there. I think that's really good. And what's especially exciting about that too is just the draft, right? That was the second pick there for Yo, and then Huns. It wasn't like super low priority, but still, it was a lower priority Civ pick beating a higher priority Civ pick, which is just perfect.
Okay, we go into Nomad. Nomad. Now, Yo, don't make the mistake of thinking Yo is unbeatable on Nomad. He's one of the best Nomad players, folks, but there was a string of tournaments where I saw him lose like 4 Nomad games in a row on 1v1s.
Yeah.
Sometimes he gets a little bit crazy, but he has, I believe, the better Civ here in Koreans. Sebastian with a very good one in the Persians. Remember, it's a 9-ville start, so all those villagers for the Koreans get the extra line of sight. And you can go into like the archer play or the towers or whatever. Very, very solid.
Yeah, Persians, the economic Civ, Koreans, probably the way to go for, probably has the better units here, I guess. So in some ways, you could maybe say the roles have reversed a little bit, because I think in the first game, in that matchup, Huns, maybe it's because Sebastian won, but I think Huns actually have the better units, and then Malians are just better economically. But man, I saw Sebastian beat Yo 3 times in a row on Nomad in ranked like 6 months ago. It's funny how certain games live in your head. But Sebastian is a really good Nomad player. He's not gonna like pick Nomad like Yo would, or like some other players.
Let's see how they start too, because if they're close to each other, I kind of think that favors Yo. He's so good at controlling the map on Nomad.
Yeah.
Especially with Korean line of sight. It'd be crazy.
Sebastian's transitions economically, very Hera-esque, where if he has time, his eco is just going to explode with farms and TCs. And I don't think Yo is going to want to give him that time here. So I agree. I think Koreans benefit from being close for multiple reasons: the villager line of sight, the castle drop, the towers, and oh boy, here we go. So 9 villagers.
Oh, they're heading towards the same area. Tristan.
They started different groups, so you don't know where to go. And Yo is going to build a really nice TC, and all of Yo's vills were going the same direction. So his TC is going to be up super fast. Sebastian, honestly, just really unlucky, Dave. Look at what he saw in the north. Look at what he saw on the left. Look at what he saw on the right. He just didn't see a great TC spot, but you just have to rush one down quickly. So that is It's good to get the TC up, but that is a TC that is not near as good as Yo's here.
Yeah, and there's not even any shorefish you can take there, anything. And we're looking
Yeah.
around. I mean, boars are available there, but Yo's TC is going to be up a little bit faster. And Yo is actually close to his dock. He's got the deer there. He's got the gold as well. And he saw, importantly, which direction Sebastian was running with all of those vills.
That's true. That's true.
So he knows he's in the
Sebastian
south.
also saw that Yo was going to the north too. So I think both players are going to have some information on what direction the opponent goes. To circle back to what we mentioned, I think Koreans really benefit if they can get some control on land here. And if Yo feels like he's got the perfect start here and has the perfect map for it, which usually means boars and vision, which he has, and a gold or stone underneath the TC, I could definitely see Yo going for some type of fast castle shenanigans here.
Okay, pause for some lag. The servers between these two must not be fantastic.
Well, they're playing with higher ping. I don't know what server they would play.
I mean, they're probably both used to it. Definitely Yo is.
Yeah. No, they're both used to it to some degree. I think Sebastian is as well. I mean, it's not like Sebastian's playing that many people from the same region at this point.
Yeah.
Usually playing people from Europe, I guess. But yeah, South America to Asia is kind of tricky. Hopefully the servers cooperate.
So Yo's decision making sometimes on Nomad seems a little bit I don't know how to frantic.
It's a little bit Yo.
Yeah, it's sometimes he's going like super greeting up to Castle Age. Other times he's all-inning when he should maybe go greed up to Castle Age. One thing that's consistent with him though is that he very rarely just goes for the all-in water pressure in Feudal Age. He usually opts more for maybe moving his fish or losing them early and then going for the War Galley upgrade and sniping the opponent's fish in Castle Age while he does some sort of approach on land.
No, 100%. Yeah, and he likes to... What Yo likes to do is he likes to have a unique unitive that can castle drop. He likes to have that be part of his plan, but that plan isn't everything because he'll like plan for the castle and then right when you're like, oh my god, he's castle age faster than me, he's going to send in this or that, suddenly Yo's got a sneak dock somewhere and he's coming back to kill your fish. But I mean, I'm curious what Sebastian does because I think that Persians are maybe one of the best civs to just go fast feudal and win water. But normally you don't see the fifth fishing ship. It's not the biggest deal, I guess, but the fifth fishing ship could imply in some ways to me that we actually see the sixth fishing ship and then maybe the seventh and maybe a fast castle from him here.
Yo's actually taken 2 boars in, but surprisingly with Koreans, he can't see another one. Great scouting, and he can't find it. And the boars that are closer to him are very far away.
He might have actually gotten 3.
Maybe. Yeah, probably.
I think this is the third.
And he's got the deer too, although the deer are being uncooperative with their positioning.
Yo found Sebastian's dock, by the way. Sebastian's up the feudal. And Sebastian didn't find Yo's dock, but he lost a sheep. Okay, he just lost another sheep to the same villager near the wall.
Great scouting
I think
from Sebastian, by the way.
may head that way because he also sees the other shorelines and he knows that Yo is unlikely to be over there. So
yeah, fantastic scouting from Sebastian with the sheep. Always got to go along the shoreline. This version of Nomad makes it a little bit more difficult because there's a lot of like peninsulas that jut out. So in previous sets, you know, someone would go along the shoreline and then completely miss the dock that was in the corner. But both Yo and Sebastian looking along those shorelines. Sebastian will come up to the north. He's going to find him. That's where he's going to send the ships anyway, just by process of elimination. And he's cutting off that final little area in the southeast where he doesn't have vision. So great job from him so far.
Yeah, Yo is gonna find, Yo is gonna go water here. Sebastian's also gonna see a new dock from Yo in the north. So Sebastian will know that Yo is gonna compete on water, and he'll feel very good because he is gonna be faster to this. And he's actually gonna go galleys here. So he's gonna open galleys as opposed to fires. I personally, I would never go galleys because my micro is garbage and I can't do everything else. But I think Sebastian, he could probably manage it, and this might surprise Yo. Yo is probably going to go fires, and in theory,
no, Yo's going fast castle here.
Right? I think it's like a whatever's between a fast feudal and between a fast castle. I think he has to make navy, and then he like has a little bit more food. I mean, he's got tons of sheep.
Yep.
So I think he could still get to Castle Age at a reasonable time.
He's going to go for war wagons, most likely, right? No, he's going out to mill the top there because he doesn't have a mill currently.
Yeah, and then he
So-
says, let's just mill the berries instead.
Looking for a spot. The fire galleys in that choke point might be able to control the galleys, but like you said, Sebastian's micro is really good. Yo, wisely moving the fish back across to try and buy himself some more time. And I'm not sure Sebastian wants to push through this little choke point if there's fires and fishing ships to block his galleys.
Yeah,
But he does have more coming from behind.
it's one of those things. It's just like, this seems like a horrible situation to be in.
Yeah.
If you don't have fantastic micro. So he thought about it. He wasn't sure quite how fast Yo would have the fires. Now he sees the fires. Now he's getting fletching though. But he's going to have 4 galleys, soon to be 6 galleys. Yo is going to lose his fish here, man. It's just a matter of time, but that's okay. As long as he could still get a couple hundred more food from those fishing ships so he can get to Castle Age, Yo will probably be okay with this.
Yo usually loses his fish on Nomad. It's pretty rare for him to keep that same fish boom. He almost like counts on it. He just tries to buy himself time to get up to Castle Age, and then he's going to go and kill your fish once he gets that war galley upgrade. He is on the stone now. No surprise there. Trying to go for the big wall across, and he's going to click up to Castle Age significantly faster than Sebastian. Just gets Loom first before he does so.
Yeah, Loom is really important here, and Sebastian's dropping a barrack. So Sebastian's going to try and mix in land army as well. So walls are important for Yo. You know the saying, it's like if you don't use it, you lose it?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, with fish, he uses them to lose them. It's all part of the plan for him. The fish just work for a certain period of time, and then he considers himself happy with the situation.
I love
and
these
honestly,
little...
I really like his situation right now.
Yeah, I like these little experience plays too. Like instead of keeping that fire galley home in defense, he sends it forward. He knows he's going to lose it, likely not going to kill a fish. But what did it do? It forced 6 galleys back.
Yep.
So they're not killing his fish. So that's an extra, what, like 150, 200 food coming in while those things are back there. And he's up.
I mean, combining that with the walling, right? Like, he's taking his time here, but it does seem like the timing's perfect to make sure he's protected from any archers that could sneak in. Doubt we'll see turtles here, Dave. I think the next key for Yo is going to be, where can he drop his castle? And Yo's got a vill. I thought it was a sheep.
There's
He actually
always
had a
one,
vill.
dude. There's always one. I don't know what she's doing there.
Yeah. Actually, with the Korean villager line of sight, she saw a stable, though. So she actually knows
Of
to
course he
escape. And
docks
dude,
the middle.
Of course he docks there.
Of
This
course.
is the typical Yo.
Yeah, he's going to go fish there. Because
Yep.
why would Sebastian ever suspect that? But Yo does know about the stable. The scout is out, and he's going to wall in the Ville and then put the dock on there. So Sebastian now has to put a dock, basically,
Dude, if he makes turtle ships from this pond,
to attack the TC. Oh,
it's
my
actually
God.
really strong.
Yep. That
is
TC will take
insanely
forever
strong.
to kill those turtles.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to take out the TC very quickly because it's Persians, but like Sebastian has to respect that. And
Yeah, and he
Sebastian
has to
hasn't
go
clicked
for a
up
dock.
yet.
Well, Sebastian sniped the fish, so great job there. He's got the score lead. He's still got his fish working. And one thing he did was he actually pulled in extra boars while he was microing
saw
his
that.
galleys. So it allowed him to go up to Castle Age at a competitive time. But the castle is going up from Yo. And critically, he's fully walled as the turtle ship comes out in the middle. Sebastian's now going to have to deal with a freaking turtle ship on his TC.
He's like, thank God I picked Persians. Thank
Oh,
God
man.
I have Persians. I love what Sebastian has done with his scout. He sees that there's going to be a castle from Yo, but beyond killing the fish here, I think Sebastian's going to struggle to do more damage to Yo because Yo's just got an arena now. Sebastian could actually use his ships to take out part of the wall, but hasn't done that yet. Yo should
Deadville.
be relatively safe.
Bye-bye. And Sebastian cancels the fire galley. Same range for the TC and the turtle ship, and Sebastian will just let either the dock or the TC die and wait for
Yeah.
monks, potentially.
Look at Yo try and sneak out. He just made another fire
Yep.
in the north. He gets spotted. Sebastian's not going to let him get away with that, but that's pretty smart. I'd like to see Sebastian I mean, he is pretty much full water control. He should be up to 10 fishing ships by now. He really needs to spend that wood.
I think
that's the benefit of
well,
winning water at this point.
I'm not certain about. I mean, if you have the wood, sure, but I think there's a realistic chance that Yo like uses this villager in the middle to go dock the side.
Yeah,
and
true.
then try and clear up your fish from behind. The war wagons are coming in. Persians, I mean, gonna have some issues against war wagons with the armor upgrades. He's going for camel. He's getting the armor for his camels, but still, war wagons are an incredibly powerful unit at this stage of the game. And the Persian monks, while they do get sanctity, right? No, they
do. They
don't get sanctity.
Do.
No, they don't.
Yeah, no,
it's like
they
Berbers,
don't.
I guess.
Yeah, they're just bad.
Gonna be
dude.
rough.
They're just
and
bad.
he's got the
now
turtle
it's
to support. Oh no.
I mean, just Yo things on Nomad. He's always going to find a creative way. The turtle is underneath the TC, and there's no reason not to stay there because Sebastian doesn't have any vills there either. What a funny moment, man. Well, Yo is on 2 TCs, adding farms. Doesn't have the fish, so needs to do that.
I think he needs
now,
a dock on the outside again. On the left side,
yeah.
maybe. I think that villager, it would be perfect to go dock there for Yo.
Yeah. You know what I'd also like is I'd like him to plan on a guard tower near this TC from Sebastian. If you control that area, you could drop a castle there. I say tower solely so you could protect the area, but he's got to be a little careful here. Even though the Persian monks are bad, they could still get conversions, and that monk goes down.
Yep. And he's pulling back to the turtle. There is a demo. There's a flag. Yo is gonna not respect the flag either and gets demoed. And he's going back to his TC.
I was going to say, I wonder how much you have to respect the demo when you have units that are so tanky. He does only lose 1 unit?
No, only 1.
Yeah. And then he basically, like, 2 died for Sebastian. Sebastian's accidentally adding fishing ships.
No. What he's doing is he's going to put this
is the fake?
in... Oh, no. Never mind.
Dude, you wanted that so badly to be exactly what you said in game 1.
No one thinks like that, dude. It makes me sad. There's so many fish on the outside. This is weird from Yo. Normally, Yo would have a dock, and he would be trying to snipe these fish that Sebastian are adding. But maybe it's just too much, you know, he has to put into the war wagons in the center.
Yeah, he has to use that wood for economy at this point. But also, like, Yo has never been the quickest player, and there's just so much to manage. Credit to Sebastian here. Like, Persian start is awesome, but his TC spot was garbage at the start, like we said. He's still in an awkward spot. Like, Yo's got walls. Yo's chilling.
Enough stone for a castle.
Yeah, where will it be? I think if he has enough monks with his war wagons, he has a chance at getting a forward castle up here. Sebastian has to be careful not to group his monks up like that against the turtle, though. If you have 2 right next to each other like this, they'll both die to 1 shot.
Oh boy.
That would be 2 dead monks if Yo goes in, but Yo's scared. And Yo backs away.
Monks are still aggroed on that. Okay, they de-aggro now. And the monks now from Yo trying to get conversions. Demo coming in. Turtle doesn't care.
Dude, yeah, don't demo a turtle ship. What are we doing? That is just not the play. Here comes the castle from Yo. Can Sebastian stop this? There's monks, there's turtle, and there's wagons in support. Sebastian's got to try, Dave, but I think he's in big trouble here.
Yeah, resources collected still ahead for him, but it doesn't matter if you lose your map position. Wheelbarrow now on the way from Sebastian. Persian TC is huge here. It's going to survive so long, and Devotion even coming in from Yo. And Devotion against non-Sanctity monks? Yikes. Like, Sebastian is going to really struggle, even hopping in and out of these TCs, to get those conversions. Yo needs to wait for that to kick, though.
Yeah, what you're going to need here is you're going to need a unit that deals with wagons. And it's just kind of impossible for the Persians. I mean, monks, probably not the unit. You'd want to go into something like skirms, but Yo has had decent enough eco. He's going to have 2 castles for wagons, and all of Sebastian's eco is right next to one of these castles.
I wouldn't mind some guard towers now forward from Yo in front of this castle. I think that would be really, really useful. Ah, he converted the turtle!
Dude, Sebastian, that's actually really nice. If he could just keep it to the right of his dock there, it could make it more awkward for Yo to push in. All right. Is Yo going to make another one? Is he going to counter turtle? University for Yo for ballistics. Well, Sebastian needs imp. If Sebastian can drop a castle next to all this before this gets worse, try and get up to imp for trebs, maybe that's his answer to get back in this game.
I mean, he's got really good resources, right? Yo didn't do anything about the fish, weirdly, on the outside. Yo now going for university, probably wants ballistics out of that thing. The ram is still working away on the TC, and the castle attempt comes up from Sebastian. He's got a lot of monks and a town center to garrison into, and camels, and that's a nice little market house in front. Prevent Yo from diving in.
Yeah, and there's enough monks, even though Yo has devotion and he has the monks outnumbered, there's enough monks where Yo always has to back away here. Nice job from Sebastian. So, I mean, Sebastian's up. I mean, how many times do we have to keep saying it? Yo's throwing the type of pressure at people that he normally does.
Yep.
Maybe he would normally prioritize water a bit more, but Sebastian, even though I don't think his units are that good, finding an answer so far, but still, seriously, just like one mistake away from losing this game, because that is a lot of
Like the
wagons.
camels all dying to the wagons over here.
Yup.
That's
Oh, and ballistics
not
just kicked
great.
as well.
Yeah, ballistics is in. Yikes. Still survives with some. The monks are over here, but wisely so. I love the calmness with which he deals with this pressure. Sebastian, you know, he's making the right decisions. He makes a mistake like that, but then it's immediately on to damage control. Again,
Yeah,
to give himself the best chance to try and win this game. 15 fishing ships with gill nets on the outside, bringing in the food.
I like he actually is going to raid with the camels. I mean, that's just, he's doing something to annoy Yo, which he hasn't done in a long time. I think Sebastian might need to, I'm trying to think what he makes. I think chemistry makes a lot of sense.
I think this is going to be really tough, dude. The chemistry
Krebs.
won't have enough time. Look, the ram, the mangonels are coming over.
Yeah, dude, you
The
got to
wagons
either
are
drop
there.
a castle there. I think you have to drop a castle there. As bad
Yeah.
as it feels. It might
But,
be too late, though.
Like,
It's too late.
Do the wagons even respect the castle? That's the thing. Like, you're going to try and put
Yeah.
the castle down. If the monks die, the wagons don't respect anything here.
Yeah.
They have the armor.
And so many vills are dying right now. Yo is dropping a tower to protect his gold in the north.
Oh,
That's
the
not
monks.
really that big
The
a
monks.
deal for him.
The monks.
Oh, man. Sebastian was so focused on everything else, and now the monks are getting sniped. The TCs will offer a lot of protection. He will, if he could...
You can
Oh,
hide
he's going to
in
lose
there.
his market. He's going to lose his market. He can't actually make a Trebra just yet. And he needs to buy wood, and he can't because he just lost his market.
193, dude. 193 wood. Oh, that's tragic. Fishing ships going down now. You said the TCs will offer protection, sure, but they do nothing against these wagons. You can
Yeah,
just sit
that's true.
underneath them. And the wagons are eating a Persian TC at the moment. Yo just has so many. He's got 24 of them.
Yep. And, like, if Yo loses his forward castle, he still has the other one. And there's
Yeah.
still no unit available for Sebastian to counter this at the moment. Yo's aware of that. Yo's economy, even without fishing ships, looking really strong now. Before he was behind by a couple thousand resources, but the fishing ships are way less efficient for Sebastian. He's lost far too many vills, and half his eco's idle. I think, I don't mind what Yo's doing here with the Rams, but I honestly don't even know if he needs that. I guess his food eco's not good, but I was thinking just stalling out vill production and going imp
Yeah.
would maybe
I
make
don't-
no sense. But if he doesn't have the farms, that's not an option.
Yeah, I don't know if you even need imp at this point. Like, it's a real discussion, right? You have so much pressure on your opponent. Do you spend the res to go up to imp with 9 on food, or are you just all inning? Because right now you're farming everything, and he takes out the blacksmiths, so Sebastian won't even be able to get the final armor upgrade on his heavy camels.
Hey, I don't think camels, like, sure, they're heavy, but I don't know if they're heavy enough here, dude. Like, I think they're going to be looking awfully light compared to these wagons, man. This is... I mean, they're going to get... The camels get one-shotted.
Yeah.
There's no way that you could deal with 18 wagons with that many camels.
Rams will be disgusting. If the wagons push in from the right, like under the castle, and then the wagons push in from the north, and the Rams come in, you force a fight. Is it a good fight? I don't know, but you're forcing it as the camels now try and go clear up the wagons on the other side. Still doing decent damage against only +2 camels.
Yeah, poor Sebastian. This must be such an uncomfortable position. He's still on 1 treb because he couldn't like buy.
He has no gold
until he built the market. But now he bought wood to build the market, and now he doesn't have gold, so he's gonna need to sell food. It's
Sells
just like,
400 stone, which means he's
Yeah.
100 stone short of another castle. Like, this is just, it's just so painful, isn't it? It's just fighting
it's like-
Yo on Nomad, bro. Like, welcome to the club.
Yo is trying to use his wagons against the gate, so he does lose the mangonel. I mean, that's a couple extra seconds for Sebastian to chill. He does have more camels than he did before.
Yep.
But Yo also has an entirely new group of wagons with rams, and he's going to make a move, most likely when he sees Sebastian make a move against him.
It might honestly be a good play for Yo to... Well, he doesn't have the food eco. I was going to say, like, some pikemen to garrison in those, but he doesn't even need it.
Yeah.
Also, a good play might be towering on the left side for Mr. Yo, right? Just a bunch of towers to limit the expansion. He's sending some vills over there. Doesn't really have the stone for a castle because he's repairing his own castle, but now the camels engage against these war wagons. He's going to lose a lot of numbers. I don't know if Sebastian can really replace these as Yo now pushes in to the castle from Sebastian.
Yeah, Sebastian's still going to have some camels out there. He does save the... No, he's probably going to lose the Treb now. But it was a good attempt to save it.
Oh, he loses it.
Castle needs to stay up. Like, that is Sebastian's only hope. He has to keep this castle up. There's 4 rams, Dave. And the camels have to attack the rams instead of the wagons.
Yeah,
So
you force the
it's very
fight with
unlikely
rams.
this castle stays up. You have to fight this if you're Sebastian. But if you fight it, it might not be enough.
Okay, good fight for Sebastian so far. Heavy camels are doing the work, but there's the tower I was talking about on the left side for Mr. Yo.
Yeah, it's really good.
And the castle is going to remain, impressive hold from Sebastian. Yo has tossed away a lot of wagons.
Yeah, I mean, and Yo's not up to imp yet. Yo's at 16 wagons. Sebastian's at 15 camels. And all of a sudden, even though Sebastian's got the tower on the side and everything, kind of feeling like maybe if Sebastian could get more trebs up, maybe
he's
he
half
has a chance here.
He's half the villager count right now.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean, that's still an issue, kind of, as Sebastian tries to go out and pressure Korean guard towers with villagers.
Oh, but there's the wagons just shift over here.
But the camels are
and
coming
Yo's
over
just gonna
too.
drop a castle there. Yeah, let's
Camels?
see. I wonder how much of that previous fight had
Yo
to do
needs to
with the
back up
fact
out
that
of
Yo was
this.
underneath the castle.
Yeah, Yo needs to back up out of this. You can't lose your wagons for free. If you wall in the vills, the castle's going up anyway.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's not a good
Oof.
fight for him at all. I think Yo is
Camels.
realizing I need to go up. He's got a decent food eco now. He's just got to go up to him.
Yeah. Sebastian is really stuck here, by the way. Like, he's no map control. I don't think Yo is actually that worried right now because he could lose this castle that Sebastian's trebbing down, but he still has more castles. He
Has to
still
wall
has
in
more
these
eco
vills.
behind this.
Has to wall in these vills. Has to wall in these vills. I don't know why he hasn't gone for a gate or anything behind this.
Yo.
The camels are
Yo.
coming around. It's at 90%, 91, 92,
Yo.
93, 94, 95. I mean, I don't know. 99.
No doubt.
He did the math.
It goes up.
Did the math.
It was all a bait so he could
And
kill
so
an extra
does
camel.
Yo. Castle goes up and Yo's up to him. Sebastian
mean-
has a moment to breathe here, and maybe he can take advantage of it.
If only Sebastian had an extra gold. He's going to try. Like, oh, my God. He's going to try and TC the right. But that's getting powered right now. So good from Yo. Sebastian just needs more. He actually has food. He just needs more gold access. I guess he still has a little bit on that left-hand side after taking out the tower.
Yeah.
Where
So-
on earth is Yo's pike transition here, Dave? I've been waiting for it for so long.
He's getting Yubseong. It's coming right now. He needed to get his food eco up. He needs another, like, 10, 15 farms, right?
Yeah, another 5 barracks as well. There is a risk if you build up your transition on the front and it starts to get trebbed down. It could get awkward for you, but he should still have enough
Another tower on the
targets for Sebastian to have to focus on other things. Like right now, focusing on the TC, but slaughtering vills. Sebastian's not dead. New TCs, like you said. This is impressive from Sebastian. And again, it's like in the previous game, Sebastian got ahead, and it was just nonstop pressure, and he was rolling Yo. Here, I thought Yo killed him, and the kid's not done. This is so good. He's got the score lead. Yo, again, is transitioning with pikes, but he built a lot of his barracks on the front here. He's losing a lot of towers. He might actually run out of stone. Like, it's panic time for Yo.
He is cutting off the gold on the left again from Sebastian. He built another tower there. So he will kill villagers on that side. Sebastian is running out of gold. I think if Yo were to go back in time, he would have gone up to Imp rather than all-inning in Castle Age there. Wagons against camels. Took some bad fights, right? But Halb is coming in. And Halb should be a really, really good unit for him. He still has most of the map control. Sebastian's still struggling for gold. But what a defense from Sebastian.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Honestly, I mean, he doesn't have chemistry yet, so he can't immediately make hand cannons, and he's running low on gold. I actually think this is one of the rare times where you need to get the commander on unique tech with Persians. It's still, there's still crossbows
against Koreans, dude, with already the full armor.
Well, you need
upgrades.
an answer to how, but
I mean, you're one elite skirm tech away from being cooked with those things.
Yeah,
Halb skirm beats your whole comp at that point, right?
I guess you need something other than camo at this point, because I think if you, or other than Cav up against Halb, and if you don't have golds, I think you almost have to try and go for crossbows.
Yo just set himself up. He's score switching again. Like, Yo just set himself up so well that even if he loses all of his war wagons there in Castle Age like he did, even if he fails to take out that castle, he's still in a good spot.
Yeah, and he's got Bracer and Chemistry now, too, so the wagons will do a lot more against the camels than they were doing. And Halbs, you don't even need upgrades on, really. You just, it's all about that bonus damage that they do against camels, and this is where Sebastian is just going to feel stuck. He may even force these fights because he can't transition yet, and he feels like, I've got to fight this before it gets worse.
Yeah, the wagon's still providing good support. Sebastian can't even really fight these Halbs. He's like, okay, I guess I'll try.
I got the hill.
Yeah, he doesn't have the second armor yet. Uh-oh, now he does.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to lose the Treb. He is completing chemistry now, Dave, but Yo is starting to expand back over the map. Of course, Keep is in now because he's an imp. And
Doc, Yo.
Yeah, he's just got map control everywhere right now.
We need a cannon galleon here, buddy.
He doesn't have the dock anymore, sadly.
He's got 1,500 wood. I think he can make it happen.
Well, remember, he was a little late to the barracks, right? So let's give him a couple extra minutes for the dock.
True.
Yeah, I think Yo probably has this one. I mean, there's no surprises as far as Yo's concerned. The left side, he controls and sees everything.
Look at that setup.
Look at that bombard cannon.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's beautiful there. Like, really, really nice. He just has it so safe. And skirm transition now from Sebastian. Not what you want to see Persians versus Koreans going into skirm. Not what you want to see.
On the left side, kind of reminds me of something I would have done against like some bots growing up. You know, like hide some siege behind some walls so the AI loses 1,000 units.
That's your brother's strat right there.
100%. 100%. He's like, why doesn't, he'll ask me, he's like, why doesn't everyone just like do this? And I'm like, well, it doesn't really work that way.
Because it's bad and you're bad. That's why.
Sebastian's still fighting, Dave. He does actually have a cannon galleon headed towards Yo's base in the north, but that, even though it's exciting, will take a long time to do much. And man, Yo like loses a tower on the gold on the right side and he's just gonna make a new one and snipe the trap. Like there's no worries for Yo.
It's very rare that Yo loses from this position on Nomad, on any map, really. Sebastian raiding a little bit with the light cab in the back, but the tower is still putting in work. He got arrow slits. He's getting conscription. He's just slowly getting all his techs, and suddenly 46 on food for Yo.
Yeah, so good. Like the fight from Sebastian. He should be absolutely dead from here. Still doesn't see he's at around 100 pop, and he says, you know what? Let's keep trying here. Show you what we're capable of.
It's a lot of camels in the castle. They're kind of hiding out.
That's true. But the Halbs are waiting.
Now they die. Yeah.
Yeah. The Halbs are waiting, and the camels can't engage, and Sebastian realizes that now, backs up to the castle, and the castle's still getting pressured. So just a rough spot right now. And again, the cannon galleon is going to take out Yo's TCs, but Yo doesn't need more vills right now, actually. He doesn't need town centers at all.
I think
he could just drop a couple mills.
It's a weird game, right? Because you feel so comfortable for so long of it as Mr. Yo when you're in his base with war wagons and stuff. And even after he gets up to Imp and kills all your stuff, you still have map control, you're still feeling comfy. But then for a brief moment there, Sebastian had the score lead by like 800 or 1,000 score. And as a player in Mr. Yo's position, you know you're winning the game. but you still got to be like, oh. Like,
yeah, that was enough. That was enough where it makes you think, am I winning? For at least a second, right?
Yeah.
I think, like, honestly, Sebastian was one gold pile removed, and researching chemistry earlier in the game removed from still
but
holding the position.
To be fair, Yo was controlling those golds, right? It wasn't like he didn't have them. It's Yo was dealing with them. So
yeah, exactly, and that might be why Yo was pretty comfortable the whole time. I mean, Sebastian's raiding Yo with skirms right now. Yo's probably so annoyed. He's like, bro,
give up.
You're dead.
Gamdom.sebastian.aoebuilds.com, right?
I was gonna say Yo is trained with ACCM enough to know that some players just want to keep fighting here. So, but this is gonna be a great series. This is the perfect bounce back game for Yo.
Good game.
If there's one map you associate with Yo over other players, it would be this one. And it was his very first Civ pick too. So Yo didn't mess around with that. He didn't try and save it. He didn't want this series to get out of hand after the first game, and ties it up 1-1.
Is Margugu already making a new tweet saying that he was right about the prediction anyway?
I was going to ask if you heard about that. Yeah, Margugu did predict. He said Sebastian 4-0, but he didn't know Nomad was on the draft at that point.
I mean, yeah, but Nomad maps are in the pool. Like, you got to get one of them, right?
There's a Nomad category. Yeah, exactly.
So, like, the thing about Margugu is he does this thing where he calls out a scoreline, and then once the set is done, he'll make another tweet saying, as I said, and then he'll put the actual scoreline that it ended up being.
Well, I mean, I wasn't so bold. I predicted that Sebastian would win this series, which I felt like was borderline bold enough because of who Yo is. Predicting a 4-0 is just...
It's going to be a good one, dude. Two really good games so far.
Yeah, I agree. I think it might be back and forth like this. I guess the question is, like, this is obviously Yo's type of map, but of Yo's home maps, is Sebastian really weak on them? Like, I feel like Arena Sebastian might be weak on, but I'm not sure. Sebastian's home maps are all open land maps, and then I guess Yo is typically good there too. So,
well, Yo has used both of his first two picks as well. He does have a strong draft coming home though, like Japanese for migration, Teutons for arena, right? Saracens maybe for enclosed or Burgundians. Like Franks for Land Madness. Like Yo has some really good civs, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's just been a fun stylistic matchup so far.
Oh, never mind Saracens for enclosed. Hang on a second. Sebastian took Romans from Yo, and now we're going on to Land Madness, and Yo is playing Saracens.
Ooh.
It's Magyars.
I actually really like Saracens on, well, pretty much all maps, honestly, but I think Saracens on Land Madness is not a bad play. Magyars is more expected pick, but...
Watch him just go for the new Fast Castle evolving meta and just Fast Castle on Land Madness. We saw it on Haboob. Maybe he can get it done on Land Madness. Who knows?
Fast Castle Mamelukes, baby. Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where Yo is. I feel like Yo will Fast Castle if there's fish. I don't know if I've ever seen him go Fast Castle on a map without fish, beyond like Arena or something.
I think Yo is one of those guys that will open scouts here with Saracens as well.
Yep.
And not open archers like a lot of other people would.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, dude. It's like you have the market that could always help you without even taking gold. That you could just build the market for 75 wood, sell your stone, and get a little boost that way. I think because of the archer bonus in the past, people would naturally go to gold, build the market, make archers. But like now you have the archer bonus, but also you have what feels like unkillable camels in Castle Age. So I think, I think Saracens are a pretty decent pick here, but it does just depend on the approach because like
you got to get there.
You got to get there. Yeah, you got to get there, and then even still, killing someone with camels is kind of a complicated task. Also, but here we are.
Like Sebastian, the style of gameplay as Yo finds himself with a fantastic map here. Like he could wall this off, dude. He could legitimately go FC if he scouts this early.
What in the world is this map? That's crazy.
Yeah, that is really, really good. Sebastian's map is actually really solid too. Like look at the amount of deer in the back of Sebastian's base. Oh my god. Brother, he's got 14.
Okay. let's predict how many deer he pushes in before he's in feudal age. Because I think normally you push in like 4, maybe you snag a 5th from another group. But if they're all in the same spot like this, I'm thinking he goes 7.
Yeah, I mean Sebastian might go FC here too. Just
No
and they're on
way.
each corner. Imagine they both independently come up with that idea. That'd be funny, bro.
Yo's thinking I have endless amounts of gold, and Sebastian's thinking I have endless amounts of food. But yeah, I mean, this should be an aggressive game. Yo has a civ that would ideally want to get to Castle Age while still surviving because the Magyars can be devastating with the Scout opening. But the way Land Madness is designed, it's normally pretty aggressive. You cannot wall in the stone terrain, but you can wall to the edge of the map on this version, which, as you were saying, could lead to some full wall situations if Yo or Sebastian are creative enough.
Oh, I thought Sebastian was going to be housed for longer, but it was only 4 seconds. Whew.
Okay. I heard you say ooh, and I was wondering. I thought you were looking at Yo's woodlines and how they connected to the north of his TC and how that would stop him from like walling easily. But
He can wall
I don't
across
know.
that.
Yeah, you just wall like.
And then you make like 3 spearmen and just hold them in the gap.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. The more I look at it, I think this is actually going to be kind of tough to wall. I just think that game from Nikov and who was it? Nikov and
Vinch. Barles.
was it? Yeah, Nikov Vinch. I
Nikov
think,
Vinch, yeah.
In Titans League. I think
mean,
that
you
is
can
living in our heads still. That
No.
was
You can wall off a woodline completely from Yo. You just wall from the TC down past the mill to the edge, and then the TC down to that gold in the north. You just completely.
Yeah, you can, but like he hasn't even scouted that other woodline. That's a long distance.
No, I'm saying what you can do. I'm not saying what he will do.
Okay, I'm trying to talk about what's realistic. There's a lot they can do, but I mean I wouldn't put it past Yo or any player at this level if you've got army control to take the time to wall up later on. So
Sebastian is still pushing.
Yeah, and I didn't
Same
count.
with Yo. Well, he's
this
pushed
might
in
be-
3, 4, maybe 3.
I think 4. I mean, on this map, everyone's going fast feudal. Everyone's going scouts. So there's no guessing games. There's no real reason to go scout your opponent. So it is kind of a deer push fest to begin with.
There is a reason, and it's the reason that a lot of people don't get loom on this map anymore. And if Yo Scout was forward, he might be able to snag some villagers, but I mean, it's worth it to push in the deer a little bit more than it is to try and get some vills or lose HP on your starting scout.
Yeah.
Yo did get loom, by the way.
Yeah, and Sebastian queued loom after feudal. I think Yo getting loom makes sense because if you have a vill out there without loom, Magyars hitting feudal could be kind of a problem for you. But probably scouts here. I actually like how Sebastian has lumbered the same area. I actually think it simplifies your game as a player because now you protect the berries and you protect the wood. Yo's got like different areas to look around to, different areas to pre-wall even. But it's really not that big of a difference.
Scout comes in, pre-walls are in. Love to see it. This map is going to be difficult against Sebastian if you're in Yo's position, especially Magyars having cheaper scouts and more powerful scouts initially.
Yeah.
And the way he controls different groupings of units, like if he has 6 scouts, you could easily see him with 3 different groups of 2. Just picking away at your eco, right? Running away from everything. And Yo's really not that style of player. He can do it if he really has to, but that's not his strength. He wants to win on strategy, and he wants to distract you and create chaos.
Yeah, I would say Yo like typically defends a bit early feudal, and then late feudal ends up being aggressive. Whereas Sebastian is more aggressive early feudal, and then maybe late feudal is where he could have some problems. But I mean, we'll see. But there's the market. This is what I talked about, right? Everyone thinks you have to go to gold with Saracens to use the market bonus. Nope. You don't. It's 75 wood. You could still sell your stone. Like he could just sell a little bit of stone, and then have enough gold for bloodlines, for example, for the scout war. Like. It's still a nice bonus to use, even if you don't play towards archers. And if this becomes knights from Saracens, from Magyars, the Saracens then have the crazy camels. So
and a good monk tech tree,
I like
too.
the pick. Yeah, really good tech tree.
Might force Sebastian into something like cav archers, but then if you get +2 armor Saracen camels, they just hunt those things down.
It has not been a good day for camels, I will say.
So far.
Yeah, camels
They
have
did well
struggled.
against the war wagons, dude. They did
Yeah,
really
that's
well.
true. That's true. I guess it was just at what cost, but yeah, camels against the war wagons worked out. Yo finishing his walls as he probably should do, and Sebastian trying to find damage, but hasn't happened yet. He is going to see the archer range from Yo here, and that might make him think that Yo is on gold. That make me think that. So we'll see what Yo chooses to do. Sebastian receives a hit, but he's got a lot of scouts, dude. He's got 6 scouts, and Yo's got 2.
I like these spearmen from Yo. Just getting random hits here against Sebastian. That spearman waited for a long time to attack. He the animation was going for a very long time, but he actually didn't do damage for like 2 seconds. It was unfortunate for Yo.
Always a bit of a mind game with Saracens. You're always so scared because you're like, are they up? You just normally as a player you have a good sense for how a game can flow based on what you're seeing, but it feels like Saracens play by different rules because of the market. So seeing the market and not seeing a lot of scouts from Yo right now would maybe be confusing Sebastian, but he stuck to his game plan, and that game plan was aggression. And he's got more than enough army to kill anything that Yo has right now, provided he picks off the individual spears.
Dude, the control here from both of them is so good.
Yeah,
it's so
really
good. It's beautiful to watch. Yo, getting another one. Dude, he's doing this thing where he kind of baits in the scouts with his own scouts, and then he's getting the occasional hit with the spearmen, and he doesn't really care about the spearmen lives as long as he takes off that HP, and meanwhile, he just masses up archers. Now, the question is, can he stay alive long enough? Because Sebastian has the range follow-up with the skirmishers coming out.
Yeah. A little risky to go skirms if your opponent has scouts, but there's not a lot of them for Yo. That could obviously change.
Still not on
Sebastian
gold.
is going to be so happy he just saw those archers because that tells him that the archers aren't coming towards his base, and he just snipes the villain on the farm. Like, Yo kind of seems like he doesn't know what to do right now. And 2 archers, man, like, if you're going to go archers, I think you have to go to gold. I think if you use the market
He is
and
on gold.
use the gold for bloodlines, it's fine.
He is on gold. He's on wood. He's sell.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
It's working. He's got 5 with fletching already, or a 5th one coming out. And the
He's really
armor
gotta
for
be careful.
spearmen. Whoa.
Ooh.
Whoa, Yo is cooking here. Whoa,
Yo's
is
like-
this what he wanted to build up into? Okay.
Okay, so fletching. Also, I mean, a lot of these scouts are weak right now for Sebastian. Sebastian does have skirms, though, and Yo just saw the skirms. I think usually players, they don't continue forward here. Yo's going to continue forward, and Sebastian sees him, dude. Sebastian knows about that, and Sebastian is likely going to kill that army. I think he could use the scouts alone to kill that army.
And
but
Yo
he's
is
not expecting armor.
Yo is making another scout. Sebastian's spearmen a little bit. Okay, cancel the scout. All right. The skirmishers are coming in. The skirmishers are not at home, and these spearmen have armor, and a bunch of these scouts are weak from before. So Sebastian probably wins this fight, but he might lose a bunch if Yo is paying attention. Let's see if he is. Yo, are you paying attention?
just
Spearmen
2
are not
spears,
attacking.
dude. Neither are the scouts, to be honest, but I mean, that's okay, I guess. I mean, he did a good job picking off the weak ones from earlier, but he just has no map control right now, and Sebastian killed the Vil. His eco is amazing. Look back at home for Sebastian right now. 20 farms.
Yep.
Whereas Yo's got like 12.
He's still got, speaking of 12, he's still got 12 deer available to take at the back there, too.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it may be not worth the risk to be out there. Gold is very exposed right now for Sebastian. He needs to track Yo if Yo moves out. And Yo realizes, I've got to do something more in Feudal Age here. But such a weird army. He's just got so many spears. Was not expected to see this.
And forging, and he's added extra scouts. Man, maybe Yo's thought process here with Saracens is just, I'm going to use that market a ton. I'm going to get all my upgrades. I'm going to invest into Feudal Age so I don't die, so I can get to castle.
I mean, that probably makes sense, but I think we do need to address the fact that Yo is climbing up towards 1,000 wood right now.
Yep.
Right?
Well, not anymore. And now he's going up.
There we go. I mean,
Keep
that's
in
what you have
mind,
to do.
He does have
And there
wheelbarrow.
he goes.
Yeah, he does have wheelbarrow as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the way to manage it. Now, the unit you want here is camel. I think. Could always go pikes, I guess, with Saracens. But I think camel makes sense. And if your opponent has a lot of spears, usually, Sebastian may be considering Cav Archer switch. But like, I would be a little worried going Cav Archer switch against Saracens because the Saracen camels are so tanky.
Okay, Yo will see that army. Still got spearmen over here. There are skirmishers around. So Yo needs to respect that. But Yo is heading forward with his scouts. His scouts are getting bloodlines. They have forging. So these scouts are actually kind of dangerous. And suddenly Sebastian has villagers that could be picked off as Yo brings over the spearmen that with forging in the armor, actually going to take a little bit of extra for those skirmishers to take out.
I mean, Sebastian has been offensive this whole game.
Market denied.
And that has worked well for him. But now he's lost 2 vills. And he's forced into a tower here. And this is really good for Yo. Yo's going to be happy with that damage. And he still has enough spears. And now some additional scouts at home, I think, to be able to defend himself. But he does lose a villager right there to Sebastian.
This scout is going to be kind of brutal. Sebastian needs to hard commit on this with his own scouts so that he can have the skirmishers alive to take out the spears as Yo tries to get into that wood line. Nothing doing over there.
Well, no second TC for Sebastian because he had to make that tower.
Yo has so much res.
For Cav Archers.
To go camels here.
Now he gets the other upgrade. Sebastian killing off a lot of the spears. Yeah, he kills most of the spears, actually. That is really well microed. He could have been lazy there, and he could have just patrolled into a fight, but...
Well, one camel deals with this.
Chose to clear it up. I said chose to clear it up.
Chose
to clear it up with the micro, sorry.
Cav Archers for Sebastian from 2 ranges. He still doesn't have that market up. He's going out to complete that now. That could really help him right now with all this food in the bank.
Man.
And Yo is harassing vills. Yo losing vills now, but the camels will clear this up. So 2 vills dead from Yo. He killed 2 vills from Sebastian, though, at the same time.
Yep. Sebastian needs a TC somewhere. I think might want to consider it near a wood line. Gold is pretty well protected right now. Kind of funny that he has to rely on the market so much when Yo has been kind of draining the market with the rates here.
Dude, this is so unique the way that Yo has played this. Sebastian has done a really good job being aggressive. You know, the micro with the skirmishers, like you mentioned, the transitions were really nice. The Castle Age was great. But just the approach from Yo, the variety of units he's made, and now the pressure he's applying with just a few camels and like it's so impressive and it's so unique.
And I think it should be more common, truthfully, with the Saracens. It is like, you get to this stage, especially on a map where you're expecting a lot of cav, and it feels really, really smooth. But my concern here for Yo would be, when that Cav Archer mass gets up to like 15, 20, and maybe there's a couple other monks on the field, what does he do? He could try and go skirms.
No, +2 armor camels, dude. +2 armor camels kills that. You just got to get the second TC up to protect your villagers behind, which he bought the stone for.
Concern for Sebastian is you don't want to be chasing like this.
Yep.
But right now he does have to. Yo's going to try and pressure another area for Sebastian, but he's going to find that Sebastian already has a TC there. Look at the tracking for Sebastian. He's not letting Yo sneak around back here.
Nope. More camels come in. Sebastian constantly managing this wood line too with the overchops. He's doing a fantastic job with that. So many people would have got cooked by the cavalry coming in from Mr. Yo. University now coming up. Yo's just holding him in.
You need ballistics soon for Sebastian. Obviously, he's going to try that, but like the problem is, while he's been tracking Yo, he hasn't really been doing much damage because Yo's just been dancing side to side. So once ballistics is in, then maybe Sebastian could threaten Yo. And Yo
picks another villager.
The CA might be going elsewhere, and Sebastian distracted. Sebastian loses 2 more vills. Beautiful play from Yo.
And he kills another one in the north. Sebastian getting wheelbarrow. Yo running away with those camels. He still has the camels on the other side. And the best thing for Yo right now is this is giving him time to build up his eco, get towards the camel mass that he's not losing. Like those are the first camels he's lost in a while. And then he can get the +2 armor, which he's getting right now. And then suddenly you're in a position where maybe you can dive these cav archers if they get out of position.
Yeah, you have to make it a little bit messy because even though you have extra HP, camels still are just not great against that much arrow fire.
Hmm.
So I think if you have like a couple side raids with the main group of camels engaging against the CA, that would be kind of the goal here. I mean, this type of stuff is exactly what I mean, right? Like Sebastian is probably so annoyed right now.
Yep.
After game one, he probably felt like he was in such a good spot to control Yo today, but Yo's just like dancing around him,
Yep.
different groups. And then his camels are actually going home to heal. This is amazing for Mr. Yo.
It's kind of a little opposite of that first game. Even though Yo is still playing the cavalry, Sebastian's still with cav archers. It's Yo controlling all of the movements.
Yeah.
Sebastian responding to everything. And I mean, I think we just have a really good set.
Yeah, we have a really good set, dude.
Yeah.
Because like both players have shown that they can pressure well, control the game well, but also stay alive when they're struggling. But now Ballistics is in.
Nice job.
And Yo's little raids are not going to be as successful now. Now he's going to have to deal with this force because Sebastian will feel free to move forward. Farming eco is a problem for Sebastian. Not an issue if you're making cav archers, but still needs to be dealt with over time.
4th TC for Mr. Yo.
Wow.
And he's got 800 gold in the bank. So that could become anything. It's gold right now, but it could literally become anything in a second here if Yo wants to use it.
I think Yo is going to want a castle
It's
where
food
there's
now.
more golds. Yeah, that's true. Food so he can get his wooden
Yep.
arm upgrade.
Oh, 3 relics in for Mr. Yo, too. So taking advantage
Yeah.
of that map control he had. Beautiful job so far.
Yo's
Dodges.
done the right thing here. Yo's did the right thing to add the siege workshop. I think camels and scorpions plus the occasional monk is just enough where this could be awkward for Sebastian. Sebastian might need to try mangonels here. Honestly, a forward siege workshop would be really strong for him.
Against 4TC, though, it might already be too late, right? From his point of view. I like those light cav in his base, just kind of thinking about, okay, here we go.
Yeah, it's
They get
super
her.
annoying. And Sebastian has to micro, right? So he expect his farming eco to still be a weak point. But 145 HP camels, meat, 30 cav archers. But the scorpions, this is why you might need to make a mangonel, or you just don't. Or you just kill the scorpions here if you're Sebastian, which he did in game number 1 as well. And the micro is good enough.
I think Yo is fine with picking away. He's going to pick off these cav archers one at a time, and he's got 4 TCs behind him. If he can keep them rolling. Sebastian now only 7 on food. How long was he floating like 600 food? Right? There was a lot of food in the bank for him for so long, and now suddenly only 7 farmers.
Yeah, dude. This is where auto farm being in the game, if you're using it, can help you a little bit more. You just spam click, but auto farm is actually really bad if there's high ping, which it should be for both of them. So I actually think it's at the point where it's not doable at this level. And Yo's going to drop a castle. I actually hate this castle with a passion because it's like not protecting any long-term golds. I would have preferred it
Protecting
near
the
his new
farms,
archer
dude.
ranges.
I don't mind it.
But, well, I mean, yeah.
There's a 4th
I
relic
guess it
coming
kind of does protect the farms. He's going to lose a monk here, Yo. And that's the area where I think Sebastian should push. Right where those golds are. There are other golds available for Yo, but the front of his base is extremely vulnerable long-term here.
Both players have had a lot of issue keeping their TCs running. Like, Yo has had 4 TCs, but at any given point, it's only like 2 of them going. And Sebastian now has 20 on food, so good rebound from him with that food eco.
And he, I mean, just by how Yo... Oh! This is what we mean, Dave!
Yep.
This is what we mean.
Eventually,
You look away for
even
a
the
second,
best.
And the camels destroy you. Wow.
Eventually, even the best slip up sometimes, right? Sebastian's micro has been insane.
Dude, you need siege. Like, there's even more reason for siege now. You already have dealt with the scorpions, but now you see ranges, then that's probably going to be skirms. You need siege.
He's adding more. He's
knights.
adding another stable. Yeah, he's adding another
Yeah.
stable. He's got 41 cav archers still, even after losing those. Might go on to stone and think a castle follow-up is good. Skirmisher is coming out. Mr. Yo trying to get that final relic in.
Monk going to be sniped here?
Nope.
No. Relic's going to go back. Not worth the investment there for Sebastian. There's enough resistance from Yo to hold, but the Vil count is even. It's been an amazing game. If the camels get cleared out, the
We need more
knights then from
camels.
Sebastian can work against the
Yeah.
skirms, but he doesn't have much armor just yet. Neither does Yo for the skirms, though. Only the first armor upgrade.
Skirmisher upgrades are coming in. Still no second armor. There it is. And ballistics on the way, which is great.
Yo's castle is looking real bad right now. But maybe if that castle wasn't in the back, that would be where Sebastian is pressuring instead.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, I don't even know if he's seen it. He hasn't seen it.
Yeah. I mean, he does have the other gold around the side, but Sebastian's going to loop over there. Yo is tracking that, though. Sebastian's going to find it difficult to really stay back there with cav archers now that skirms are out. But Sebastian's unit control has been so good here to keep continuous pressure on Yo. Look at how much army he makes. It's not like he's Huns where these units are cheaper now.
Yeah.
He's done such a good job at always producing.
Fudiko is solid behind it now, and Yo's still struggling to keep his TCs running while he's trying to defend here and go into skirms and camels. He is getting some good picks on the cav archers, but it's only until the knights loop around. Yo has been doing, I think, a good job with what he has to defend against this horde that Sebastian is sending forward. But he's not like producing from the TCs to the extent he needs to be.
Yeah, and he just doesn't have the time to expand his eco. He's trying to produce from ranges that are directly next to where the pressure's coming in, which makes it tough. I mean, Yo has killed some of the force from Sebastian. It was like 25 army for Yo against 50. Now it's 30 versus 40, but it's all Sebastian right now. But this could easily change.
Yo just ripped that market, dude. Look at that. Oh my god. He just bought like 1,500 res, and he's up.
And Sebastian says, you know what? I'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
And he's going to click up as well. So both players on the way to Imp.
Sick.
Which civilization's better in Imp here, man? I think like it's pretty close.
I mean, it is close. Yo will have, at least what's going for Yo here is it's a pretty clear transition into heavy camel. A lot of times with Saracens, you get confused. There's too many options what you should do. The problem for Saracens is that Sebastian still has cav archers, and it's hard to bet against Magyar CA in Imp. Like with recurve bow, just so disgusting. The problem for Sebastian, he doesn't have a castle yet.
Yeah, so he doesn't have a castle, and it takes a lot more resources to upgrade the CA. For Yo, he basically got that HP for free. Remember, in the past, it was a tech. Yo doesn't need to get a tech now, except for heavy camel. Yo just gets heavy camel and armor, and suddenly his army is stronger until recurve bow, heavy cav archer, bracer, and chemistry come in. So I really like Yo's position.
He does have the skirms, though, already fully upgraded in Castle Age, which is nice. Because then you're not making a full tech switch. You're making kind of like a soft tech switch if you want to go into the full skirm upgrades in Imperial Age. And then you can try and snipe the cav archers one by one.
Yeah, I think what Yo will need to do here, like peak Yo, and I think we're pretty close to it. He's really stepped it up over the last hour here. I think peak Yo uses this control that he's going to have with his army to start to expand with castles to take the other resources. He was stuck in that corner for so long. I was critical of that castle in the back of his base. He needs castles that protect the other areas of gold and stone here. And if he could do that, I mean, then we might see fully upgraded elite skirm, maybe even Mamelukes this game.
Don't forget
combined with the camels
about the 4 relics too. Already 1,400 gold brought in from Mr. Yo. And he's just constantly using the market, man.
Like this from Sebastian, though. Finishes the castle, going for chemistry. But like we said, it's just 2 upgrades for Yo. And then his camels become really strong. But
let's keep him alive.
55 cav archers for Sebastian. Crazy.
Yeah, Bracer, I think, should be the next tech here for Yo. Right after, it should be following up. Yep, plate barding armor, and then Bracer after that. And then, you know, you're in a situation for Mr. Yo where you really have to think about your castle placements. You don't want to put them too far forward. They might get taken out immediately. You want to put them on the sides, controlling the resources. This is going to be a slower game. You're not going to finish off Sebastian right away.
Sebastian needs recurve bow here. If you want to wait for heavy CA, I think that's fine. But you need recurve bow. That +1 attack and +1 range is so helpful here. I love how he's always spamming box formation, by the way. he spams it because it's just kind of a habit. When you get to larger groups, it
doesn't make sense.
Necessarily beneficial, no.
No.
But it's just kind of a little quirk.
Man, that was such a Yo thing, where he sent the villagers forward for the castle. He went too far, and then he realized he couldn't put his castle there because of the bamboo tree. And then he's like, I don't want to chop that. I don't want to chop that tree. I'm just going to put the castle in front of it.
Yo, just casually trebbing a TC here for Sebastian. Sebastian going to go Halb instead of heavy CA. I'm not a fan of that. When there's skirms out there, I think you have to go for all the Cav Archer upgrades first. That is only a thinking I have with the Magyars. I just think the Magyar Cav Archers are so strong that they don't even need to be worried about a double comp, especially when he's got 60 of them right now.
Yeah, the skirms are making life difficult for Sebastian here. If the skirms weren't there, it would be insta-help, right? But now, with those still on the field and Yo upgrading those and the potential of making more of them, the halbs are somewhat being countered here, although the knights are still on the field. Sebastian trying to take these out. The final armor upgrade is not in yet from Yo, as well as chemistry. So we'll find some value, but the skirms push away the Cav Archers, and the camels are coming in now.
Notice how the halbs can't be utilized at all, right? There's a lot of resources invested into halbs. Fully understand it, because the camels are very dangerous here. In terms of immediate bonuses, certainly that was not it for Sebastian. And Yo, able to breathe, able to think about things, able to expand. And
now
these camels just don't care about your castle fire in the north. He's raiding in the back, and this is where Sebastian could get picked apart.
Yo is super comfy now. 54 on food with 4 relics behind, still has gold control, and he's raiding his opponent. Really good situation. You always have to be careful that you can't get complacent against Magyars in Imp, especially with heavy Cav Archer coming in. Surprising to me, he's not getting recurve bow. He's getting heavy Cav Archer first.
Yeah, it's expensive, right? You need wood and gold for recurve bow, and you also need food and gold for help and the upgrades, which he obviously just now is getting heavy Cav Archer. So that Barista Man's going to be
area healing.
Any baristas watching?
I wonder if Yo spells Sebastian's name wrong on the cup. How would he spell it, too? With like a Y?
Dave, it's looking great for Yo economically. He's got the 4 relics. He's got good map control. But there are 50 Magyar Cav Archers.
Yeah, it makes me nervous.
Well, actually, no recurve
bow
yet.
No recurve bow yet,
But still, like, imagine if he had +1 attack and +1 range. He would kill the camels. He would kill the skirms. That is the key upgrade right now for Sebastian. And he actually still has a chance then.
Hussar coming in for Mr. Yo. I think I would love to see Mr. Yo with more castles around here. Like, if these Cav Archers came forward in the south, he's going to kill a lot of Ills.
I'm just going to go ahead and say it. The castles for Yo have been abysmal this game. First one in the back of his base. The other one in the middle. He's got areas of the sides with stones and golds that are so exposed. Middle's important. But, I mean, he's got the stone, Dave. You're exactly right. He needs to make sure he's protected at home. And then the Cav Archers
make a castle
aren't
now.
as big of a threat.
Make a castle now on that hill.
Yeah, he knows that, like, the Cav Archers are probably going to move towards his main eco. He is defending the middle castle with his own trebs now. That's good for him. He should be able to take that treb out. And Sebastian's going to pack that up, realizing.
Sebastian is pushing in the middle, but big raid in the north from Yo. That's going to be difficult to deal with for Sebastian. That hurts.
I think Sebastian thinks he has a recurve bow at this point, by the way.
I think so,
I'm guessing
too.
Because it's so costly.
Yeah, he probably tried to click it.
Thought he had the resources, clicked it, and it never came in.
Oh, he doesn't notice the raid. Oh, man, look in the north. Oh, God.
Dude, they're both getting wrecked. But Yo still has his trebs alive. He still has the castle. And the Cav Archer counts down to 28 for Sebastian now. That raid from Yo, combined with the hold in the middle, was just perfect for him.
How many villagers did he kill there? 20 villagers of 110 villager eco. That's a big portion. Cav Archers are coming in. They're annoying to deal with. And finally, now we go for the castle. And another one.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, again, castles have been a little weird for Yo, but I think it's okay. The castle will go up.
He's back with the camels again.
30 more vills. He has the relics. He's going to raid some more. Halbs are slow. It'll take some time to get there. Sebastian kind of in stabilized mode as he's trying to reboom back into this one. But
Dude,
the only reason I felt he had a chance was with 50 cav archers. You fall down to 23,
yep. It's
that's
not
where I
enough.
think
It's
Yo's
not
going to be
enough.
able to finish you off.
Always
Yeah.
potential with Magyars if you have 40 or 50 CA with recurve bow. That's the important point. Dude, another game where Sebastian gets that final wood upgrade.
Yeah, true.
It's not super common, but almost every game I see him with the capability of getting it, he's getting it. He's just an eco upgrade guy.
Yeah, I mean, and you should. I think everyone should be. The problem is it's just so costly, right?
And it takes a long time. Yeah.
And it takes a long time. Yeah.
Big raid for
Sebastian's going to
Sebastian.
find a lot of kills with the cav archers here. I mean, I'm feeling like Yo should finish this one off because he's got the trebs and the skirms and there's no recurve bow. But if the cav archers kill 30, 40 vills in the back of Yo's base, suddenly Yo could have issues replenishing army as well. So I like that raid from Sebastian.
It's a big one, but Sebastian's still 95 vills, and I don't think he can deal with these trebs, which means he loses that castle.
Yep.
Which then means the whole front side of his base is open. He goes for, look at the TCs in the back from Sebastian, Tristan.
Taking the deer, baby.
Oh my God.
I mean, he knows he needs more vills. And honestly, that's a really good play. He's not really spending food on a whole lot.
Yeah.
So you just got to spam those vills. This is a reasonable fight with the halbs against the camels because there aren't many skirms there for Yo. There's more halbs on the way as well. I mean, maybe Sebastian could push this back. But Dave, when you're thinking late game, you're looking at relics and castle positions. Yo's got 4 castles. He's got 4 relics. He could build more castles elsewhere, and he's just going to last in this one.
What a
and
game.
The GG's called. What a game, dude. What a game. I loved how aggressive Sebastian was, but I love how Yo picked a civ and played it to its bonuses in a way that prepped for this, right?
Yeah.
The Feudal Age was really weird. It wasn't your typical land madness game, but then in Castle Age, suddenly he's on economy. He's got he's on economy and he's got camels and he's got skirms. And it felt like that was enough from him to hold against the Magyars here.
Just think about that. Like he goes up, what, 19 population with Saracens. It's not the favorite civ on Land Madness. Magyars is still like the top tier civ pick. Saracens is good, but not the favorite. Open scouts, which are theoretically worse, right? Only makes, I believe, 2 extra scouts in addition to his first one. Then he goes into Spearman and the range while not being on gold. And then he prioritizes the armor upgrade for his Spearman, the attack upgrade, makes a ton, and makes his way to the Castle Age by abusing the market.
It's funny, like when he was really heavy on gold, and he stopped making archers.
Yeah.
He's like buying food. Yeah. It was just like fully relying on that market. If you just spam page up, I mean, they both did it. I guess for me, it's not actually letting me go far enough because they both use the market so much. But yeah, that's just how you got to play him, man. And it was really solid. I think for Sebastian, he's going to be kicking himself for this one because there were some opportunities here for him. I felt like in Castle Age, going for siege in combination with the cav archers next to those ranges would have been really strong there. Eventually, it wasn't the camels that was problematic for Sebastian at all. He was killing the camels in Castle Age. It was the skirm mass.
Yep.
And
the full
I think
upgrades
a couple
on him.
mangonels. Like, Yo was struggling to expand his eco at that time, right? Yo will struggle even more to expand his eco and likely make a misplay if you have siege in his face, loses 15 skirms, and suddenly Sebastian just overwhelms him. But I mean, we're talking
Nitpicky.
tiny details. These guys are playing amazing right now.
The level from both of them is very impressive.
Agreed. Yep.
Very, very impressive. And it's honestly, it's surprising to me because usually early in tournaments, like you said, Yo is kind of like, oh, are you really doing that? Like, are you really playing that way? But he looks prepared. Looks good.
The thing that has happened here the previous 2 games is we have had maps that are in like most tournaments. Or maps that he's really
used
comfortable
to them.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Land Madness isn't new. Nomad isn't new. In fact, he's picked like Migration and Arena. That stuff's not new. I think Alpine, maybe that one is a little less known for him, but I don't know. He's also a beast on Alpine, so.
It was in the last Warlords.
Yeah. It was in other events too. Okay, so here's a question for you. I'm wondering if it's more of a statement, and you tell me if you agree. I said to Memb yesterday that I think it benefits Yo to play last in a tournament round because he doesn't train as like other players do.
And he
I
casts the
never hear of
games.
him playing training sets. Yeah, and he, like us, is casting the games, so he gets the knowledge of what civs are working where and how other players are
Oh,
playing. Do you agree
100%.
with that?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because like he may feel like skill wise he's there and he just kind of needs the knowledge. And who best to get the knowledge from than all the other players who've done the practice for you?
Good set. I'm expecting a lot. I expected 7 games here. We got Malay against Japanese on migration. Both of these civilizations are fantastic. I think the Japanese and the Malay can both get away with a little bit of greed here. When we're talking about their fish booms and fast castles, it's kind of a mind game though. This map, right? Like, do you go for the fish boom greed? Do you go for the transport to secure the middle like ACCM did yesterday? Probably not the right play on Nineville start. Or are you going for that feudal water pressure? Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really tough. And I think there's actually more strategic diversity on this version of Warlords this version of Migration than the like TTL season we did with the 3 villager starts.
Yep.
There's less lands now, so it's like going light cav isn't necessarily as strong because there's just not as much land there. And then also because of how crazy the builds could be with the 9 vills, the feudal age plays are now on the table. So you're right though. The key point of what you said is it's kind of a guessing game, bro, because you can't scout to get information and see what your opponent's doing. So you just have to assume what they're going to do, or go for something that could ideally deal with anything or everything.
Dude, they're I don't want to cook too hard here, but there is the potential for a locked-in, dock-blocked fish trap boom for Sebastian. Does he need to? No.
Actually, I think there would be a 1-tile gap. Because I think the dock would be like 1 tile over. I think there's a 1-tile gap if he places it, right? Because like part of the dock is over the little sand terrain. I think. I mean, I appreciate the cooking here. I guess there's no way for us to really confirm this.
Maybe.
Yo could try the same on the left side of his island.
Well, I mean, if Sebastian can't block that off with the dock and Yo controls the water, that's going to be a really ugly starting island for him because Yo can get right in there and range those 2 wood lines, the gold, the berries, everything. There's actually no wood that's safe from the water here for Sebastian, at least in Castle Age.
Yeah, that's true. I guess, like, alternatively for Yo, if Yo loses water, he might lose his stone.
Oh, yeah,
gold.
There's not really a wood that's safe for him either. Yeah, these islands are pretty fair, okay?
Yeah, I think, like, if you're losing, if you've got that much navy surrounding your starting island, you probably have bigger problems. So the islands are still pretty tiny. So far, Yo going up to the 5th fishing ship. He hasn't gone double lumber camp, which makes me think he might actually click up. No, he's Japanese. He's going to go for that now.
When you fall asleep, do you instead of counting sheeps, do you count lumber camps? Big lumber camp counter.
Oh. No. I'm a vill on wood, and then I can't sleep if my villagers are getting stuck in the wood line. So basically, what I'm saying is
you're an insomniac.
I have a really tough time falling asleep because villagers are just getting stuck all the freaking time.
Personally, I like the recent thing where they just walk, but they're not going anywhere, and they're just stuck in the middle of an open field.
Dude,
do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, but since we're listing off things that tilt us with the patch right now.
Yeah.
Bro, if you have pushing a deer underneath your TC, right? And it's 2 tiles to let's say the right of Sebastian's TC.
Yeah.
Okay? You click your vills back to the TC to drop off the food. Sometimes they'll go towards the tree on the right. They'll just go the other way.
Yeah.
For a tile or 2 before they go back to the TC. It's a small thing, but I don't get it. And it bothers me, man.
They do it. They tried to walk in that direction, then they chest bump another villager, and then you gotta play it off. It's like when you bump up against someone on the street, you don't want to you know, you don't want them to know that you were clumsy. You just got to pretend you were doing a spin move.
Okay, next time we're on a land, I'm gonna push you into somebody just so you can
Dude,
spin move away from them.
you've never done the spin move to turn direction? Like if you realize you're going the wrong way and just do a spin move to, you know, go back and make it look supernatural?
I mean, if I did, I didn't like waste my very limited brain space on trying to remember that moment. Like
It's
I don't
instinctual, dude. You got to pull the spin move. People think you're well, you think that people think you're cool. And that's all that
do I?
matters.
Yeah, okay, I see. Okay, got it. Well, I mean, I'll add it to my I'll add it to my book, man. We'll see. So
Galleys for
galleys
both.
coming for Sebastian. Galleys make sense against Japanese here. Normally, we could talk a little bit more
The
about
fish
how
never
galleys can
die
be
against
risky.
fire galleys. Yeah, they never die.
Yeah,
But
I love
Yo
the
going galleys in defense is interesting. That's what I thought they should have done in that Dravidian's mirror yesterday. Feels like you have enough time if you go up a little bit later. Malay are always going to be up faster. And galleys is just a better long-term solution. So look, 2 galleys here from Sebastian, and Yo has 2 of his own.
Yep. And Sebastian was planning on going for 4 galleys to kill fish and then adding his own fish. He now is like, huh, and is going to cancel more fishing ship production and just go into galleys. But I mean, he's on 6 fish. It's 7 for Yo. It's still going to be pretty close, and both players are going to have fletching here.
Uh-oh. Bill dead?
She's good. She's fine. She spin moved.
Nice.
Kind of.
She's like, oh my god, the galleys must think I'm so cool.
That was pretty good, dude. That was pretty good.
That's my female villager voice.
Yeah, that was. I'm sure that's exactly what they sound like after a hard day's work at the lumber camp. So I'm loving the water buffalo meta of like collecting the buffaloes with your ships and then ferrying them back home.
Yeah.
It is you know, the classic tiny detail that we bring up. That seems silly, but it actually is really helpful because
Really
it's 150
helpful.
food, and that food is going to be something you need to help you get to the next stage. So
Especially after it's less about like getting to the next stage and it's more about once you lose your fish and you got to transition onto farms.
Yep.
It's much better to have 8 water buffalo chilling under your TC so you can make it way easier for yourself. Now, Yo is probably going to click up first here. 7 fishing ships against 6, Japanese as well, but Sebastian will probably be up to Castle Age first because of Malay once again.
I notice that Sebastian he's always like over queuing vills and then canceling them. So as I'm casting, I mean, you're right, Yo has more food, but as I'm casting, I'm like, oh my god, where's the food for Sebastian? He actually had 14 vills in queue in Feudal Age in Castle Age, and 1 TC in the previous game. Yo is just more calculated. It's just like one at a time. We chill, and that just goes back to the type of player Yo is. He's more relaxed, and Sebastian's more, I'd say, like hyper focused on the next task and the next fight. Loom for Yo and a transport ship. That's a big deal. And if he could get some villagers over there soon, maybe even make a barracks, I wouldn't mind it.
The thing
But
I like
he's gotta
about
be
Malay
scared of the
here,
Malay.
well, I like a lot of things about Malay on migration. Japanese are all obviously very good too, but when Sebastian goes out and makes that barracks in the center, he's going to have the automatic infantry armor upgrades, which is nice. Now, the Japanese spearmen do attack faster, but the infantry armor is huge. It's really, really nice bonus if you're going to start with that barracks and you get to the middle.
Especially the second one, right? Like that second armor, you really feel will probably be just ships and TCs, I'm guessing. We usually see monasteries as well, which is why players could add scouts. But look at this. Wow, normally players back away. Sebastian's got some weak ships here, and he's happily just microing down Yo so far.
Good
really
angles from him.
Micro.
Yeah, Yo missed. All it takes is a couple missed volleys early, and suddenly you're outnumbered, right? So Yo needs to back up. Yo going for forward docks. He's going to see the villagers dropping off. Does Sebastian have loom? Yo does.
He has no loom. He has no loom, so he can't actually do anything about that. Yo, gonna grab the perfect position. This is such a Yo thing, Dave. And, dude, if he can make fires here, Sebastian is going to struggle to be aggressive. Sebastian's going to lose his fish. if he's not
And
careful.
Yo is going to win this scout battle, which is critical for him. Beautiful job. And the docks just go up on time. Like, Sebastian's just a second too late, as it usually is against Yo, right? You're just there a little bit too late to stop it. Beautiful job from him. But Sebastian is on the center. He's got the monastery coming out. And he's got the villagers here, too.
He doesn't have Loom in queue.
Yeah, Loom's
no,
already
he got
in.
Loom.
Yeah,
I'm stupid. Okay, never mind. Yeah, War Galley's on the way. I mean, basically, what all Yo really wants to be able, all he wants to do with this situation is he wants to disrupt and kill fish. But if he's invests in the 2 forward docks, and then he doesn't kill any fish, that could be seen as a wasted investment. Now, Yo is going to try and rush this TC down as he's making scouts to stop any monks.
Wall him in first. Wall the Vills in first. No, he just attacks. The scout is still there. He can't lose this scout because then the monk pops out, but he's got another one, and he's got spearmen. Why did Sebastian not wall these Vills in, man?
He's so busy, dude. He's fighting on the front, right? So he's still fighting on the front, and he's trying to defend his fish. He actually converts the spearmen. He runs away with his Vills. Yo is to be careful. Sebastian's actually making out all right here, but Yo needs to back away with these villagers here.
Oh, Sebastian trying to wall these Vills in. Yo would have to transport more over. He doesn't have a TC yet. And Sebastian doesn't get the wall up, but it's going to be very difficult for him to now expand on the inside of that main island with just one villager. No, he's got 2 more. Nice. Didn't realize he saved those.
Yeah, he converted 1, I think,
nice.
Which was part of it. Like, the idle TC time being around 30 seconds for both is
crazy.
Insane.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Like, and also, Sebastian's added farms. Like, he's got good farming eco, too. How? He did lose fish, and he does lose the monk there to Yo. That's so impressive.
And Yo just goes for a monastery siege workshop. So he's going to pressure this right away. Sebastian, not on stone, right? He'll need a siege workshop of his own. It's going to be behind, though. Yo could also think about redemption, maybe, if he wanted to. If he sees the siege workshop from Sebastian, he's going to go for the TC first. I love the way both of those players took that fight. Yo tried to deny the TC, almost got it, went for the forward docks, right? But Sebastian cleared that up beautifully and pulled the villagers back into his war galleys. But at the same time, Yo was at home defending his fish and won the fight in front of his main base.
Spearman is now back under Yo's control. So he has really seen it all. And Sebastian, trying to build an outpost for Vision here, loses the villager to the mangonel. Now, this is where it gets really tough to defend all the areas you need to defend right now if you're Sebastian, because you're trying to push back on water. Yo is there. Now you're getting siege pushed in the middle, and Yo is there. So Yo should have an edge in one of these categories, whether it's land or water. Redemption probably has to come in for Sebastian, but he doesn't really have the gold to afford that right now. So he'll have to go for his own siege.
Yo pushing in on the right side, too. He's outnumbered in terms of fires, but 2 of those are very weak from Sebastian. So Sebastian has to be careful with these side fights as he's trying to fight in front of Yo's base.
Yeah.
Which I don't think he's going to win. I think Yo wins as he has more HP on his war galleys.
That's really close. And Sebastian loses his fires on the right. Hard to really repair in these situations, which is what you would normally do in a simpler game and keep those ships alive. And hard to keep your TC alive as well. And Yo is microing this.
Oh my God. How did he notice that, dude?
Good right now.
How did he notice that in time and takes the trade? And that's so much better for him. Sebastian now has to wait for redemption, basically, to hold this off.
I very badly want to see Yo convert this transport ship from Sebastian and bring a knight over to Sebastian's islands.
Okay, buddy.
I'm starting to sound like you right now, but that would be next level, dude.
Oh,
he's gonna attack the transport ship.
Yo, moving the fires. He might go after the fish and just take those out, but like you said, Sebastian has some farms behind, so that's really nice from him to add those in, because a lot of players would find themselves as Yo gets atonement, not redemption.
And dude, he's just got such great control here. It's not like he has an outpost which is giving him full vision of this area. He really has to be paying attention, and he'll take the 1-for-1. Like, Sebastian's repairing TC. Sebastian is behind on water. Sebastian needs better than a 1-for-1. And both players are going for stone. Now, I've found on this version of migration, dropping castles is awkward.
Critical. Well, it's critical and awkward at the same time. It's just some of these wood lines and the hills are rough, man. Rough. Trying to convert the transport.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting pumped.
Oh, yo, Micro's away again, bro. Every time.
Is he playing on all visible?
That's
don't crazy.
know.
He hasn't had an outpost here. Just crazy. Because it comes in at the last second.
Again.
And he notices again. I mean, this is not something I normally associate with Yo, to be honest.
Again.
It's normally the other aspects of his play, but he's on top of it here.
Here comes another mangonel from Sebastian. Yo sees the castle. He sees the castle. He sees that mangonel and 1-for-1. No, he doesn't get that one.
Ooh.
Sebastian gets 2. Okay, this is what Sebastian needed.
Yeah, the problem, though, is you're still going to lose your TC, most likely.
But he will have karambits.
You can't boom with those vills. Whereas Yo...
Ooh, deletes the
he's
siege
going to drop
workshop.
a castle.
That's a nice play. A lot of people wouldn't have deleted that for a good spot for the castle. They would have put the castle further back.
If I could also see a situation where deleting that siege workshop could be a problem. Like, if that's me, I delete it, and then I suddenly lose my siege and need more, but...
Yeah, but you're just generally problematic, so...
Yeah, for sure. I mean, at this point, I wouldn't even got the siege workshop up, so...
You'd be in the lobby, bro.
It wouldn't be a problem for me. That's how I avoid problems against the best of the best.
Imp against Malay is not fantastic, but Sebastian only 10 on food.
Yeah, and the 7 fishing ships for Yo have been working this whole time. And Sebastian hasn't had any for quite a while now. And with Malay, that's just definitely not what you want. Sebastian having to leave this TC.
Oh, what an awkward position without redemption here. What an awkward position to push away. And Yo moves away again.
Also,
no
those monks are grouped up with no sanctity. Talk about risky. Yeah, Yo understands what he needs to do here. And he just has to use the market. Yo's going to click up.
Karambits, are we going to see big attack rounds? He's in the market right now. He's in the market. Does he notice in time? Sebastian's trying to bait the shot. Yo gets it anyway.
Sebastian, don't do it, bro. Gets the shot there. But yeah, it feels a little desperate right now for Sebastian to try and clear this up. And this is how migration normally goes, right? It's a water war. Yo did the slightly better job there. It's about expanding your economy on land. I think Yo did the better job there than pushing on land. Still Yo. Imp. Also Yo. And normally we're saying, well, the Malay can catch up. They can make it to the next stage quickly as well. But right now,
food eco isn't there.
It's not looking like Sebastian has the food, dude.
Yeah, he's going to have to use the market. Look at the variety of units from Yo, too. It's taking up a lot of space on the top left as the monks get the karambit conversions. Yo does lose the mangonel, and the karambits are pretty deadly here, but we've got a samurai somewhere inside the castle.
Yeah,
samurai actually low-key really good in this situation.
Yeah, they are really good. I mean, and you don't need many. I think you just could make 5 or so. Obviously, they could get converted, which is an issue, but more than anything, it's like the karambits and the siege for Sebastian aren't going to really be able to find much damage if Yo has that castle there.
Oh, that spearman.
So, nice job from Yo to pick off the siege, but Sebastian's just thinking, I need damage. I'm behind. I need damage. And then he's going to see Imp from Yo, and Yo could just trap everything down. It's going to be so awkward.
Yeah, and Yo's going for that second TC over there. Like, Sebastian is trying to loop around here. He's hoping that there's exposed eco here from Yo. And there kind of is if that TC doesn't go up on time. But Yo could also quick wall if he sees he's coming in.
I think Sebastian might even see the TC and just assume there's 15 vills in there, right? Like, you don't think you can run through there. Yeah, and the TC for Yo goes up. A little sloppy from him. He'll probably move those villagers, and he'll be an imp.
What does Sebastian do?
He's got Navy surrounding Sebastian right now, too.
Yeah, what does he do about these samurai? They're going to protect the trebs, right? He can't take a fight if the samurai are sitting with the trebs. Because the karambits will melt.
Dude. For how good Sebastian opened this series, for all the hype I gave him, Yo is officially warmed up, isn't he? He's looking so good.
He still is who he is, dude.
Yep, still Yo. It's what you said. Like when I said I thought Sebastian would win the series today, you're like, I get it, but until Yo loses, can't count the guy out, right?
But
He's
I mean, we
always
can't count
like
Sebastian out
perennially
of this
top
game
4.
either. He's on the way to imp with 93 vills. His food eco is looking fantastic again. He's so good at balancing that. And there's a lot of farms now. And we're looking at handcart for him. He has horse collar as well for these farms. So the eco upgrades, typical Sebastian fashion, flying in. Yo still has a really good position here, and he's hunting down those karambits, and Sebastian needs to not take a fight there as Yo tries to get value out of Atonement for the first time. But Sebastian still has a chance here. Still has a chance in this game.
Chemistry is such a game changer here for the Malay because they actually can get Bombard Cannon. Right? When you're up against Japanese, they're going to have the superior Trebs.
No Samurai. No Samurai.
Karambits.
Mangonel.
Attack rounds on the Trebs. Sebastian kills 2 trebuchets. And now he can go for chemistry if he thinks of it. And he can also go for Bombard Cannons with his own Trebs. That's huge, man. Okay,
Karambit versus Samurai. How quickly did the Karambits ice? Come on, just give us the fight, dude. Just show us. I just want to see. Dude, now they're weak. I just want to see. For science.
If Sebastian wins this game, it is because of this little side push. Because Yo pulled Samurai out of position because of all this. There we go. Now we see it.
Oh.
Fires were there too. But still not a whole lot to protect the trebuchet there for Yo except the castle.
Look at the res for Yo. What are we building up towards? Elite Samurai, maybe? It's the only thing that costs that much with Japanese.
Yeah, it's true. Well, I wouldn't mind a couple more Samurai. A couple more Monk upgrades would be good. I think getting Bracer and trying to make Navy would be great. Actually, Sebastian tried to make the university on the right of his island. And he probably shift queued them back to work. He probably doesn't realize. He should realize soon the university isn't up. That's huge. He needs chemistry right now.
Yo's getting a heavy plow, which is a good sign because he definitely needs food eco. The food count is at 500 right now, but he's only got 16 on food. His fishing ships were cleared up from before. And it's Cataperuto from Yo.
I like it. And then he's going to have the hill. He'll have the superior Trebs.
And Sebastian's house
taking out the castle from Sebastian. And yeah, things are really looking rough for Sebastian now. Yo also has Navy that Sebastian is going to have to check. Sebastian does seem to have more numbers, but Yo's going to convert some here alongside the
And then he could go for more forward docks and then make things really messy. Also, Japanese towers, potentially, right? If we see Yo getting those techs, we'll know. He's going to go Yasuma, potentially, to lock this down. Cataperuto Yasuma is a pretty dangerous combination, even against the Bomber Cannon Civ, and there's the tower right there.
Yeah, and if you still have the monks alive, which Yo does, you can actually convert the bomber cannons as well. So the bomber cannons are delayed enough where Yo's been able to get this push going, get Cataperuto, start building the tower, start getting the techs, and he's got the monks. Sebastian has a good population, but he doesn't have a good population and a good situation on the island right now, which is so key.
Another tower coming up. Still no techs for these towers. Yasuma just on the way. These just make life really awkward, right? Because even if you get bomber cannons, if you want to push forward, you got to take out the towers first before you can get at the Trebs or the castle. And the castle's going to go down from Sebastian, I believe. I mean, can he hold this? He kind of needs to. And if he does push this back, it's all going to come back to him holding this castle.
Dave, I mean, he has to hold it because he's not going to have stone for other castles, that's for sure. He's trying to use his own Trebs. He's bringing in Karambits. The Samurai are kind of out of position.
Look at Yo repairing these Trebs, too. Sebastian repairing the castle, Yo repairing the Trebs, and he converted the fires, and he's going to take them out.
I think Yo's still fine here. I think Yo's still fine here. He has a monk. That monk can convert the cannon. The cannon fires. This is insane.
Castle's living. He's out of stone.
Monk goes down, though. So he's got to buy more stone. He's... Oh, repair! Repair, no!
Oh, my God, dude!
Oh, the cannons are just not quite in time. That castle's going to go down, right? Tell me that castle goes down.
It should.
Monks are going for bomber
so many
cannons
monks,
again.
and the samurai are ripping through the grim, and Sebastian trying to do 15 things at once. Yo is still pushing, and the castle falls, and that's got to be it. What an attempted hold there from Sebastian, but what a push from Yo.
Seriously, dude. The level that both these two have shown has just been insane. The resilience you need. It's not even the initial strategy. But right there, that was just all grit and determination from both of them. But the monks get the conversions they wanted. Yo's got tons of stone and tons of gold. He can always make more castles, more towers, more monks. And Sebastian, after opening this series, is quickly falling off here. He's going to have lost 3 straight to the legend that is Mr. Yo, dude. Yo is just so
look at the resources
throughout
from
a
Yo.
game. So good.
That's so many towers. This is terrifying.
I love how Yo recognized that he didn't actually need many upgrades on the samurai.
Well, what
Like I think 1 armor is fine against Gambit Warriors.
Until you see the switch into range units, you don't need it. And once you see the switch into range units, I mean, you've either gotten yourself into a position like this where you can't lose, basically, or you switch into something else. And the towers are going to take care of them anyway. The samurai are just so naturally strong against anything that Sebastian was going to open with there.
Did you see that those trebs hit 2 villagers underneath Sebastian's TC?
Bloodthirsty. Oh my god,
First 2 volleys didn't even end up hitting the TC. Yo slaughtering vills with everything here. And
3 in a row.
3-1. He's looking so strong. Now, he does only have 1 home map remaining. This means that Sebastian's got 2. Could make things interesting, and Sebastian could have a push back here. But I really loved how Yo defended from Sebastian's aggression with the galleys initially in Feudal. And it's the same story with Yo all the time. He defends in Feudal, and then in early castle, he has something special. And on this map, it was the forward docks, it was the barracks, the stable, the siege workshop, and he just kind of held that position from there. And Sebastian found it very difficult to ever really defend from Yo's position.
Yo is just always buying himself time, dude. He's always buying himself time to get into what he wants to do.
I am so impressed with the amount of dodges Yo had in the siege battle, though.
Oh, with no outpost.
With no outpost, yeah. So he was reacting perfectly, I think 4 or 5 different times when we're just used to players without the vision there making mistakes. And because he didn't make those mistakes, he was able to get the exact castle spot he needed. That was so good.
Okay. Are you still in the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Look north of Sebastian's siege workshop. There is a villager that is currently falling over, and it just looks hilarious to me. I don't know.
Yep.
Like,
I see him. I
Forgot
see
to
him.
tie his shoes or something.
This was, for those wondering, this was what we looked like leaving the NAC gamer house the one day when the streets of Berlin were covered in ice.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah.
We it was a process.
Oh, that was when you dropped your coffee all over yourself.
I spilled coffee all over myself right outside the gamer house, and then I had to slide back home as fast as possible because I had to cast to change. Oh man, good times. Dude, next time you see a slinger, I want you to zoom in on it and watch the little twirl it does when it dies.
Is it like a little twirl?
It like dies and he like spins and falls face first the other direction.
Yeah, it's a spin move, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just unique. I thought of that when we looked at the villager there.
Okay. Alpine. Romans against Lithuanians. I think Romans are fantastic here. I think Lithuanians are fantastic here. This is a skirm map. That's what it is.
It is a skirm map.
It's just
it
skirm
has
and
been
spear.
A skirm map. Can you go heavy skirms against the Roman man-at-arms? I think the answer is yes.
I think men-at-arms are junk opening for Romans. I think scouts or skirms are always better for Romans.
Yeah. It feels like trying to go for man-at-arms with armor is so costly, and it's not. It feels like you're working against the excitement of the Romans for at least most people, which is the great economy if you do that. So
yeah, also I like the armor is great for the infantry, but it's more beneficial in my opinion towards the spearmen when you're trying to stay alive, when you're trying to go up to Castle Age. But here
I
we
agree.
are. We got Lithuanians for Yo, a great skirm civ, and he starts with 100 extra food. And we have Romans for Sebastian, one of the best economies in the game, just 5% across the board. And they're both going to try and steal the boars that are forward and keep the boars that are behind them for later.
Yeah, if you're gonna take boars here, you probably want to take one of the ones that's kind of to the side of your base, the ones that your opponent could possibly steal, but it's really hard to scout them all in time.
Yeah.
The horses here, they're going to be looking for boars, but also looking for enemies bringing in boars. You can block off Vills bringing in the boars sometimes. But we actually haven't seen that many games where the boar situation has been too crazy here. I think it's because with 9 Vills, you just have such good economy already.
Yep.
Um,
Bro, there was one game. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, with 3 Vills starts, this is nuts. So you'll see like 5 Vills dead in Dark Age because people will only have 4 Vills, and they still want to go for the boars, and that doesn't end up looking too hot for your villagers at that point.
There was one game MBL played in the qualifier, and I forget who he played against, but the guy sent 2 separate villagers forward to lame his boars, and on the second one that tried to come back after the first one died, she didn't move. Like, he had loom, and MBL just didn't let her move. She was in place. He was so hard focused on it. The Vill didn't move a single tile and tanked like 6 hits from the board. It was crazy.
Do you remember, and I don't think we've ever seen this since, I don't know if we'll ever see it again.
The horse attacking the Vill?
No. Well, that one we might never see again. But it was Hidden Cup 2, okay? And it ended up being MBL versus Doubt. It was Arabia with Regicide. We had Arabia Regicide, and MBL lamed Doubt's villager, bringing in a boar with
I do remember
king.
it. I do remember it, yeah.
Right next to the TC. He used his freaking king to lame Doubt. Again, freaking MBL, man.
All right, well, remarkably peaceful. No villagers forward trying to lame boars. They're not about that here. No horses trying to lame villagers, bring in board. None of that.
Real chill. And for Yo, I don't think that he's gonna mind that. But unlike the previous couple games where he's had a lot of space, they're right next to each other here. And I do really like Yo's civilization, but I think Sebastian is the more aggressive of the two, and he's going to want to put a stop to this whole trend of Yo just defending in Feudal and then surviving until Castle Age.
Well, Sebastian's the more aggressive of the two until a certain point in the game, and then it might switch over a little bit. Yo, once he's unleashed, it's kind of crazy, as we've seen. But, I mean, Yo just using his scout, he's going to find the lumber camp, so no questions there. Sebastian using the horse as well. He sees that Yo hasn't extended outwards. He's just taking wood on the hill here. Yo undoubtedly will go out there at some point, but not yet.
This is going to be skirms and spears from Yo, 100%.
Yep.
The strength of that push. The strength of that push is the what makes it strong in Arabia is when you go forward with it and you build the buildings in front of someone's base. Here you just exist next to each other. I think it's obvious. So you said it should be that from both.
I've watched, dude, I've watched so many of these games. It's always skirm. If you open scout, you're cooked.
Well, so is that not playing towards the Lithuanian strength then?
Yeah, but the Romans have 5% eco bonus on everything behind.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And like Lithuanians'
to
extra
micro.
speed is, I think Sebastian has a little bit better micro than Yo, so I think he can make up for that, little bit of extra speed. And his eco is better, theoretically.
Sebastian's going to kill the deer with this spear. And I think that's an amazing move because at certain points, players are going to go out there and look to build mills on it. I don't see another reason for him to really
That's a
hit it
prepared
that
strat. That's really nice.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be awkward for Yo to take advantage of it. And he might not notice that that's happening right now. He's actually going to drop a tower right now. He's dropping a tower near Sebastian's berries. Interesting tower. Sebastian can't see it, and I don't know if it's the strongest tower ever, but it clearly shows that Yo feels like having that control over the berries and just the food eco
I
would be
think
really valuable here.
part of that as well is you want to drop a bunch of farms. You can see he's getting horse collar, and very commonly on this map, you'll have a player with skirmishers just idling your farms at the front.
Yeah.
So that tower
Yeah.
kind of helps. It also tells me that Yo definitely wants to go on stone in the future if he's making a tower this early in that position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he does like to do that. Like, we've seen a lot of games where Yo will try and get into latest. Like, he might open with something else with Lithuanians, but
Mhm.
if he can find a reason to get on the stone when he's in Castle Age, he'll want that castle. I actually think Latists are insane against Romans. I think that might be the unit that just kills Romans, honestly.
Bro, what aren't they insane against?
Yeah, that's true. They kill everything. So what am I saying?
I've been
The
saying
unit's
they're-
insane.
They're dumb for the last so long as Sebastian nukes all of his deer, but at least he can take them.
Yeah. Yo. Probably going to... Yeah, Yo tried to return the favor there, I guess, with the spearmen, which is why Sebastian shot them. We've got fletching for Yo, fletching for Sebastian.
Res
They
collected.
both have made skirms, and they're just going to add eco, which, like you said, Sebastian could be in a really good spot because of that Roman efficiency.
Yeah, you can already see it coming into play.
It's just so weird. Like, is it going to get to this point, this map, where it used to be aggressive, but then people both just make skirms until Castle Age? Is that the meta now? Or is it
Well,
just these
I
two?
mean, it's usually just skirms for Feudal Age, and then you're around back trying to pressure. Now, the problem for Sebastian is that Yo doesn't have anything at the back. So Yo is kind of countering that skirmisher play, right? And Sebastian is holding him in because he has better eco and more skirms. Now Sebastian adds the stable. It's
Yeah,
a natural
it makes sense,
progression.
right?
Skirm into scout, and then you go spears, and then you're up to the Castle Age.
I think I wouldn't mind a couple scouts here, because at this stage of the game, we haven't seen many spears because of the skirms. The wood line for Yo is super exposed. Sebastian doesn't actually notice it, but there is some hunt, which he might scout actually from Yo on the outside too. Not to mention, of course, like scouts are just...
Oh, he's going to come
just
over
gonna
here
get
with the
skirms,
spear and
so
kill it again? Yo needs to notice this?
Yo should shoot those down.
Yeah, he sees
Yep.
it.
Oh,
Nice.
does the spear get the hit? Oh, the
Huh?
deer's really moving.
Huh? Huh?
Huh?
Hey! Huh?
Skills
Shoot!
will get it.
No!
Oh!
It doesn't matter. Skirms
So
are in on the
Yo-
wood line.
Yo reacting to a spearman with his skirms. And now there's skirms here from Sebastian. This is good for Sebastian. I also
yeah,
think the
scouts are
initial
coming
lumber
too.
camp from him on the outside was really good as well. It's really helped him here to be able to just move out there.
I think the problem for Sebastian here is if he lets Yo sit for a while, right? Like if he doesn't do damage in Feudal, you talked about it the latest, potential for Yo could be a
Yo
Roman
did-
killer.
I think Yo just completely missed that stable. We assumed because of their level, he saw the stable from Sebastian. He didn't, man. He has
Yeah.
no clue these scouts are coming because he would have added spears. This is disastrous for Yo. Amazing for Sebastian.
I mean, there's only 2 scouts still. So if Yo can take out the skirmishers, he might be okay. He's adding in spearmen now. He's still got more skirms on the way. The villagers are going to try and deal with the scouts, and they've got a good surround on that one. And the skirms are actually kind of being taken out here by Mr. Yo. It's a really weird way he's engaged in this fight, but Sebastian's still going to come out ahead.
Yeah, you just kind of have to, right? You need something to take care of these scouts. Otherwise, the villagers are simply going to die.
Good defense, though.
But the skirm production from Sebastian's on point, so now he still has enough to deal with any spears that come in support. And behind this, it's the Roman efficiency and untouched eco for Sebastian.
Yeah, Yo has been caught in his greed here. Been caught in the greed. He should have known the stable was coming.
Yeah, he scouted it, but just didn't notice it. Thought this would be an easy breezy
I mean,
game to
even if he
Castle Age,
didn't
which is what
scout
he
it,
wanted.
you should know. That's the
Yeah,
way
I
this
agree.
map goes, right? Like,
Yep.
you're only making skirms. You don't have spears. Of course he's going to add in scouts.
Yeah, we just grow so accustomed to such consistency, right?
Mhm.
And so it's weird to see a game like this. This one would really haunt Yo if Sebastian ends up coming back and winning the series. But Yo's up 2 games right now. Sebastian hasn't killed him yet, but it does feel, dude, he still doesn't really have any spearmen. He's dead. Yo is super dead.
We've said that before. Don't, dude, don't
And
count him out until he's actually dead. Like, you know him. He's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think he's
Forging's now
probably dead,
in.
though. Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead. He's dead.
The forging is now in. He just stopped adding spears. Maybe he felt like at this point, spears don't work because he has skirms. So
GG.
yeah, he calls it GG. Well, that was a stomp, and that's exactly what Sebastian needed. And again, Sebastian's got one more home map. It's an open lands map, which is what he's been good at. And then if we get a game 7, it would be on Yo's home map, which is actually arena, which Yo has never been known to be great at. But same with Sebastian, and anything can happen.
I mean, last 2 years or so, Yo's been really good on arena. Really good.
I think
he still doesn't
he
like it, but
yeah, I think he picked that map because of Sebastian. Like, I can't tell
No,
you the
he
last time
picks
I've
it,
seen
dude.
Sebastian play arena.
Yo picks it against good arena players. No, like
What?
yeah, Yo is good
Really?
on arena, bro. Yeah. Yeah.
I remember him making a crap ton of monks against Jordan and bringing a game back from the dead, but that was like a year ago. I don't know.
He's
It's
good,
been
dude.
a long time. That was really well played from Sebastian. Kind of a questionable game from Yo, as we said, but easy to forget about that when you're still up a game here. But yeah, on the topic of arena, I really liked the bans from Sebastian because when Yo does play arena, he's normally playing with good unique unit civs. So, like, you ban out the Spanish, you ban out the Cumans, the Portuguese, the Bohemians. Those 4 are insane there. But remember, I think before game 1, I said, I wonder if Sebastian will regret not banning out the Burgundians, as Yo did snag that with his final pick.
I don't know if I think Yo would rather play Teutons than Burgundians on arena, but
Really?
I think Teutons are better than Burgundians on arena, to be honest. Nineville start.
But if you're up against Turks, I think you have to go Burgundians.
No, you have to go Teutons, dude.
What, against Turks?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm here
Tower
for
rush his ass.
Tower rush. Okay. This is a controller player, bro. This is Warlords.
Watch Vinch play, bro.
Yeah, I think the issue I have with the Teuton towers is you have to go up really fast, and it's hard to justify sending like.
I don't think Burgundians can do anything
builds.
against Turks, dude. I think Burgundians eco bonus is like the most overrated bonus in our game. It is so bad, bro.
Oh my God! From one hot take to just like a freaking.
It's not a hot take. I watch a lot of games. Dude, Burgundians suck. They're only good because people think they're good and they're comfortable playing them, and you get a buff from being comfortable playing them because you have your disillusion.
You know, I can't even. This isn't even a conversation I can have. Like,
okay,
Burgundians are fantastic.
Go
what
on.
civs do we have remaining here? Actually, it was Yo just lost with Lithuanians. We got the win with Japanese. So Teutons, Franks, Burgundians, all very similar civs actually. So it's going to be scouts and booming here. Did you just say? Wait, let me just make sure that I understand what you said. You said it's the most overrated civ or eco. What was the statement?
Most overrated eco bonus in the game.
Even for arena.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's overrated. Heavily.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm trying to think. I'm really putting some thought into this. I'm trying to think if there's
like which eco do you think is
bonus.
better? Burgundians or Malay?
It's pretty comparable. Like,
which one do you think is better? Burgundians or Bengalis?
Which eco is better? Burgundians for sure.
Wrong. Wrong. I've watched the boom off between Burgundians and Malay. Malay are so much better than Burgundians. It's crazy.
Not the eco though. Malay win with the timings, not the eco. It's a different conversation.
Yeah, but they're getting extra vills because of the timings. I'm only looking at res collected until the point they engage. Okay. Malay are significantly ahead. If you have a boom off between those two civs,
we're not going to factor in that like Burgundians have cheap light cav so they can contest the middle or anything, or the gunpowder later.
Once again, overrated eco bonus, Tristan.
Okay, all right, fair. But is the Malay advancing faster to the next stage technically an eco bonus? I think that's an age up bonus, which happens to help their eco.
Okay, so and then I guess the Bengalis extra villagers isn't an eco bonus either.
No, because villagers are eco.
Technically,
aging up to the next stage is an eco. Bro, I could go on all day, but we got enclosed here. All right, so I actually think half of our audience would actually prefer us continue bickering here, but we got Franks and Slavs. This is a matchup we've seen before, and most people seem to think that. I mean, Franks are fantastic, right? We've seen the Franks win this matchup too, but a lot of people really like the Slavs for this, especially if it gets to Boyar later on.
It's just me, or does this wood line in the middle kind of look like the bat symbol a little bit? Someone calling for
dude.
Batman?
Yeah, man, bat symbol.
Inspector Gordon over here just got it up in the sky.
So something I've felt about this map is sometimes one player can get kind of screwed over with their main golds. Both main golds are pretty awkward, but Yo's is like, it's going to be hard to find. I guess he's already over there. But if their aggression from Sebastian does come in on the right-hand side, that gold could be an issue.
Yep. Golds are actually okay here on this enclosed version for both players. Occasionally you'll just see the most ridiculous forward gold, and then the other two are like way off on the side. If Yo loses that position, it's going to be rough for him. But at least he's got one further back there. Which civ do you like better here? Like Slavs or Franks?
I personally prefer the Slavs because... So if this was Land Madness, I might say it's a bit better for the Franks just because there's more potential to get a little bit more damage in.
Yeah.
Some people might argue with that because Land Madness these days, everyone plays really safe somehow. But here I feel like it is a given. Your farming eco is protected. Like that little bubble you have next to your TC is going to be safe. So, you know, the berries are exposed, which is something the Franks are going to go to. That could be pressured. And the farms are going to be safe. And the more safe farms you have, the better it gets for Slavs long term. So, but I think like we could see a world where both players are going Pike Knight. I think I remember a game from, well, I don't remember what tournament, but I've seen the Franks win this, right? You could still win this game with Franks by just out-ecoing and out-knighting your opponent. It's just when Boyar comes out and the castles go down for the Slavs, that's when it's dangerous for the Franks, I'd say.
I really like Slavs in the hands of certain players, and I think Sebastian is one of those. The guys who can just micro the light cav monk combination so well in Castle Age. You think of Leary, Hera, and Sebastian fitting into those roles.
Yeah.
And building up the farms behind, getting that eco rolling into more light cav is going to be really, really deadly. Yo is going up pretty quickly here. Sebastian, 30 seconds behind him. At least Sebastian. Oh, he has done it. Oh my God. The freaking mill against the woodline. Every time. Did you see that one ACCM made in his game? Like, never even got value from it. It was so far against the woodline. It's crazy.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really help. I mean, he didn't want to take the risk to take the berries, I guess. Yo is probably like, okay, I didn't see a mill. I see a barracks.
Oh, he knows what's going on.
I don't see a mining camp.
This is a common strat by this point with the Slavs. You just sit here.
Just don't take the risk.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't take the risk. Now, I mean, Franks, you maybe want to take the risk. You have that forge bonus, but I don't think that, like, this really shouldn't be an issue for a player of Yo's caliber to have the villagers out here. He can always add some spears, but I like what Sebastian has done here. It might actually become something that is a little bit more common. But I think, like, maybe you don't do it if you don't have the Slavs. Maybe you, like, need You need a little bit of something extra. If you're
this is like the third or fourth time I've seen this with players building the mill up against the wood line and not going out to the berries, right? You can then sit there with no loom forever and just farm like crazy. Didn't work last time,
tried to get a block there. No block there for Yo. You know what else would be interesting? You could get Bloodlines and no loom here for your Sebastian.
Yep.
Because you don't need loom, and Bloodlines is 100 gold. Obviously, you need to get loom probably before you go up to Castle Age, and you're going to need to leave your safety for that. But that would be an interesting play, though. I think Bloodlines is only really justifiable once you're up to like maybe 5 or 6 scouts minimum. So that'll take some time.
Not a lot of moving time for Sebastian's eco, right? We see he's ahead on the res collected. I'm looking at the stats right now. Moving time, he's got 5 minutes less, which means he's gathering longer. And that's your res collected right there. Yo is pre-walling off the gold, which I love, and going for an archer range now to fight off the spearman.
I think Sebastian sees this range and he's gonna think, "Oh, all right. So this is an opportunity for me to really put my foot on the gas here, because Yo needs the spears as well, right? I think that spearman even could be picked off by these three scouts if Sebastian wants to consider it. But usually 4 vills going to gold this early, the mining camp and the villager time, that means you're not going to have the wood for as many farms. And that's exactly what Sebastian's getting excited about here. And Yo is going to be exposed on the berries. Oh, man. And his spearman's out of position too, Dave. Oh,
Oh, he's going to lose 3 vills now, maybe.
what if all the scouts get trapped?
Well, that could
scouts are
be
trapped.
huge. That could be huge
can't
if he
move.
doesn't lose another villager. I'm not sure if it's worth it because Sebastian can always make more with that farm eco of his. But I mean, it is good for Mr. Yo to get that spearman in there and trap these scouts in, and Sebastian might be able to escape too.
Okay.
Nice.
So 2 villager kills. I think you take that if you're Sebastian, because this map, you're not normally getting that opportunity.
Good job.
But could have been way worse for Yo if he didn't kill those scouts, right? It'd be looking at like 7 or 8 scouts for Sebastian and a couple villagers dead for him.
If I'm Mr. Yo, I'm hanging out near this gate hoping Sebastian opens that up. Because you know he doesn't have lumen there. It's almost like a fox looking at that chicken coop like,
Dude, I appreciate the guts, but what would actually happen is you make it through, there's 2 quick gates, and then you're trapped and your whole army dies with no vill kills.
See, it's that kind of fear that's holding you back from tournaments, Kristen.
No, it's not. I have experiences, okay? I can go to the tape, and I can show you how those gutsy plays are punished, all right? Oh, man. He is getting bloodlines and no loom. I mean, dude, he's going no loom. He has to go back to gold without loom at this point then. And he has no space for a market either. That's pretty crazy.
The archers are here, too. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You better hope these don't get in.
Yeah.
And no room for a market. Like you said, it's just, oof.
He also did lose a scout before he got bloodlines. But I think Yo's going to need a couple more spearmen here. But it's just the berries that's exposed for Yo. For now, Yo's going to feel like he needs to find more damage, and he's looking around, and he can't find any. And Sebastian's going to have forging. He already has bloodlines. He should just fight the spears, dude. Just kill the spears.
Yep.
Kill the spears, kill the vills. Yo's in big trouble here.
Yo is in big trouble and not responding either. I don't think he realizes what's happening. He just thought his spearmen would be fine. And they're not fine. They're dead.
I mean, previous game, kind of awkward for Yo, right? This game, you expected something a little bit better. But it has been all Sebastian here. Honestly, a little surprising that Sebastian lets all those villagers escape, but he's killed 5. The issue for him is lack of gold right now.
Like, it's weird for me that Yo goes for the armor for his spearmen again. That's crazy. It's weird for me that Yo is playing like this against this strat, because I've seen it before multiple times. I've come to kind of expect it. And it tells me that Yo maybe didn't have a practice partner that went for a strat like this with
Did
the
it happen
slabs.
in main event? Did it happen in main event? It didn't, right?
Main event, no, but the qualifiers,
Yo only watches main events, dude. He doesn't watch qualifiers. He's playing ranked in qualifiers.
Yeah,
Maybe
but ACCM did it, and I'm assuming that Yo practiced against ACCM.
Oh, I mean,
Maybe he didn't get in the draft. Who knows?
I honestly, like,
Sebastian's still no loom, by the way.
I could be wrong, but I never hear of Yo practicing for main events. I think he just watches, and I think maybe it's something he just didn't know about. Yeah, no loom. He's trying to repair with no loom here.
That's a dead vill. He can't let this stable go down either. He can't let this stable go down, dude. He really needs to repair this. It's almost to the point where, like, you want a gate behind this or something. He's sending 2 vills forward now, engaging with the scouts. The armor on the spearman is helping. Yo getting himself a good position.
Yeah.
A really good position. And look at the resources right now. Sebastian threw away a lot of food in those dead scouts.
Sebastian will clear this, though. He just has to make sure that spearman doesn't get hits. If he kills the spearman first, everything else from Yo dies. Reasonable fight for Yo, considering a lot of the units for Sebastian aren't attacking. And market now for Sebastian so he could get gold, dude. But I think we've also seen the downside of the strat here for Sebastian.
Oh,
that
yeah,
eco
100%.
balance is not fantastic for him right now.
Well, and not having loom limits you a lot, right? It limits you a lot. You are delayed going out to that gold. Repairing becomes an issue. Mr. Yo now with wheelbarrow, and he's going to click up first after losing 5 vills.
Might change a bit because there's 1,000 wood to sell for Sebastian, but he needs to sell that. He needs to get loom. He needs to think about castle. And he needs to keep his scouts alive. Disaster for Sebastian.
Yikes.
That HP is so valuable, man. We see Light
now-
Cav a lot, and he lost a scout and a half there, essentially.
He's double stable now, and he's actually queuing up more scouts. Because he lost some HP there, and he feels like he's losing map control a little bit. Yo with a decent setup. He doesn't have the stone for an extra TC, so he'll need to probably buy that because the stone is pretty far away from him to mine. Can't go for that TC right away until he has a market.
Man, if Yo only had 2 more spearmen with this group. Where are his other spearmen? Capture Rate says he has 4. Oh, they're next to the gold.
Yep.
Behind the tower.
Hiding.
Like, I think Sebastian has enough to clear this. But armor is in for these spears. There's no...
Yeah, it's not worth it. You're losing a
skirmishes.
lot, even if you clear this. You're losing a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he knew the timing from Mr. Yo, maybe he goes for that. I think Yo is going to get crossbow here, and then this army becomes a lot more deadly. But at the same time, I mean, Yo isn't that far ahead of Sebastian to Castle Age. Once Sebastian gets Light Cav, army gets a lot
Neither
stronger.
player really has the amount on gold for 2 stable knight production, by the way. It's going to be like Light Cav, some knights, maybe some monks. Oh, good find here for Sebastian.
I like Sebastian's position a lot better, not just because of his resources. You can see it in the res collected. It's crazy, right? But the fact that he has the stone for extra TCs right away. Because like you said, neither player has the res for knights. So you're not going to pressure that crazy.
To be honest, though, he might not have the stone for TCs. He might have the tower here if this is worrying enough. If Yo's in Castle Age, we'll see what Sebastian chooses to do.
I think he's fine.
He's going to try and take the fight. Scouts are clearing up the skirms. This could be crossbow. This could be bodkin. I think a tower might be needed here for Sebastian. He's kind of panicking. Still a minute away from, maybe a minute and a half from actually having upgraded Light Cav. And he's actually going to run. There's another gold back there.
Yep.
That's really smart from Sebastian.
Crossbow is in. Bodkin's coming in. Castle Age is in. Let's see how much damage Yo can do here. He still doesn't have... Yo's going for a second market. What is going on, brother?
What?
He forgot he was making the first one.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's been a long series, right? Yo is a little awkward. The previous game and now this one. That stable's still weak, though.
That's the Light Cav stable.
True.
And Sebastian is going to try and take this fight here. Light Cav does come in on time.
Yeah, that's a really sick fight. This will be a full clear. Sebastian will keep his stables up. He'll have the second TC. He'll actually go for the third now, Dave. And Sebastian looking prep to take us to that final game here. If Yo can't turn this around, then Yo does not have an eco lead. He doesn't have much army at all now.
Sick.
Disaster for Yo.
Really sick from Sebastian. I love the unit presence he's showing when Yo is in those desperate situations, right? Like when the stable was about to go down in Feudal Age, Sebastian would keep pulling the Cav in, maybe take a fight that wasn't great for him, but it let it survive. And then when Light Cav was coming in, he's positioning his cavalry around there, forcing Yo to not hard commit on that stable and kill it. As Yo is now going for a second TC, Yo is in damage control mode right now, forced to go into pikemen. Sebastian with his mobility can just dance around those.
Yeah, so basically, if Yo has a chance here, which he does, it is going to be through pike defense and booming for the next 5-10 minutes. He's not going to have an eco to really counterattack much. What he can counterattack with might find damage, though. He does have a knight headed to the gold.
Ooh.
Sebastian will have a monk there just on time,
Nice
though.
trap on the gold.
Ooh, okay.
Mr.
Nice trap
Yo
there from
killing
Yo.
all the Light Cav. I think he killed 4 or 5 there. That was nice. And now Yo trying to deny this TC. Kill the villain, then delete. Yeah.
Yeah, killed 2 there, actually, so that's not bad. He's got a quick wall, though,
Quick
to keep
walls?
his vills alive on the stone, and he gets some good quick walls in there, too. Wow.
Nice. Okay, damage control from Yo now. He's got to repair that, though. There we go. Perfect.
You know, the issue is Slavs are just insane.
Yeah, they're better. Yeah.
And like, Sebastian has been able to expand his eco now. And look at how many farms he has outside of his starting area now. It's just going to be unbelievable. And while he's not killing a lot, he is keeping Yo. Nice conversion from Yo. He's keeping Yo stuck here in his own base. Gate trap, yo. Gate trap. Gate trap. Gate.
He ain't about that lifestyle. I think he would have had to pull the Vil back to gate trap there anyway, right? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, he's impressed me with his footballs today. So I thought maybe he could do it. Third TC. Kind of sucks, dude. The fact that other gold is on a hill really doesn't make you feel good here in Yo's position. But there's not much you could do about it. Yo gonna lose a monk there to Sebastian. Well played from Sebastian. Collects a relic at home. And then also just snipes that monk there from Yo.
Sebastian housed at 75, but that does force him into handcart, which is going to like supercharge. Electric wheelchair, right? That's what the wizard calls it.
Electric wheelchair.
Yeah, that's going to supercharge these Slav farms.
And it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. I think it's an upgrade that a lot of players delay.
And Yo snipe these monks, one down. Oh, gets it converted. Dang. Slav monks are crazy at grabbing these relics so quickly.
Sebastian's already getting relic number 2 on the left. And he's still keeping an eye on the right side. Seems like Yo's going to get that one, but again, Slavs, the later the game goes, their eco feels a bit stronger than the Franks. They're just, I would say they're harder to play. But the way Sebastian has played this, it's made it look like it's easier to play the Slavs, honestly.
Like I said, there's a few players that I think they really suit their type of play style.
Every game that has had... never mind. I was going to say every game that's had some type of water. Yo has won. That's not correct.
Make your statement.
Okay. Well, I was just thinking, like, the wins for Sebastian, I'm assuming this is going to be a win, have been on maps where it's simplified land aggression, Arabia style, right?
Yo literally... I don't want to burst your bubble, but Yo literally won a map called Land Madness.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay. That's why you told me to keep speaking. I thought you were just being kind. Yeah, I forgot about that. But, like, with the exception of that one game and maybe another, my statement is true. That's pretty solid. What, 3 relics soon for Sebastian? I like what Yo's doing, trying to get the relics.
Adding the 4th TC because he needs to as well. Like, he knows he's behind. He's got to catch up.
I think if you maybe you get a couple defensive castles down with the Franks and you just kind of hold, get the castles up against pikes, and then you could be in a good spot. Who knows? Yo is trying to get the relic on the left. I'm surprised. I thought sneaky. Sebastian would get that.
Yeah. That'd be really good for him long term if he gets that.
This is just so fun with the Slavs. Like, sure, you can go in, but you could also just produce tons of pikes, tons of knights, and get all the upgrades. It's
actually disgusting that you're constantly queuing from 3 TCs and you look up and you always have like 600-700 food in the bank.
Yeah. And Sebastian going to add the 4th town center as well, which why not? You have the resources for it. And I think he needs to push now. He's been a little reactive with his army. Yo's obviously waiting for him, but you got to force the issue somewhat here if you're Sebastian.
Yo is getting that relic in, dude.
For a bigger ball. Yeah.
Nice job.
There should be another relic around somewhere. I have no clue where it is. Oh, it's actually at Sebastian's base still, just sitting there.
Yeah, you ain't getting that one. That would be some Viper level steal to go get that relic.
Maybe if the civs were reversed and the Frank monks were faster, but...
Hey, a few more villager kills for Yo. Distracting a little bit, right?
You can't
Sebastian
let
getting
Yo
devotion.
hang around.
No, you can't.
It's dangerous to let Yo hang around. The Sebastian has so much army. He's just all in different areas right now, waiting for him to force a fight. He's got to be close with all these upgrades. But he seems scared now that he sees Yo has all these pikemen. I wonder if Sebastian will continue or if he'll maybe cancel some of the production and think about Imp.
Yo might be the first one up to Imp. That seems like so weird. Sebastian was just a little slow with that 4th TC, and Yo's been slowly catching up on villager count. Slowly. Sebastian's still a way better eco and a way better military, but I mean, we're kind of nervous for him because he's letting Yo hang around, like you said.
Yeah, he has been, but he's been waiting for this moment. The light cav kill the monks. Yo has no army to stop this. Sebastian's going to have just as many pikemen with more upgrades, and he's got the knights with full upgrades. Sure, there's TCs, sure, there's towers, but Yo's going to lose his units here, and Sebastian's going to have a whole lot more coming in behind this, and Yo's eco's going to be so inefficient. Already can't compete with the Slavs, and just like that, a 50 population lead for Sebastian. Just crazy stuff from him right now.
He's producing so fast, he can't keep up with the housing. But he gets enough in time. And now just diving with the knights underneath the tower of the TC. Pulls back a little bit. Yo's got that university now. He's got double market, so he can, you know, buy himself up even faster if he wants to.
Ballistics for the TCs make sense here? Maybe?
I mean, it's
you have the wood?
6 stable production or 5 stable production or whatever from Sebastian.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Just flood the knights. I mean, just raid him to death at this point.
Look at Sebastian lure Yo away with those pikemen down towards the south of his base.
Yep.
Pikes kind of got pulled out of position. It is hard to break Yo and finish the game here. It's also been hard to find villager kills. The TCs do have bodkin arrows, so they're killing the knights and pikes pretty quickly. And Yo is up, and Sebastian hasn't clicked up yet. At what point will Sebastian decide to go up?
These TCs have 17 kills.
Yeah.
And that monk goes down to the tower. The stable is going to be repaired.
Yo, you got to gate that, buddy. I don't think 2 villagers can repair against fully upgraded
and now
knights.
it's too late. And now it's too late. Now you got to gate behind and sacrifice their lives. Nope.
Oh.
And the knights are in. So now it's panic mode, damage control here. Palisade gate, house wall, palisade walls. If the stable didn't survive, it's unlikely the palisade gate's going to survive. Meanwhile, though, Sebastian's still feeding in knights to the pikemen in the center.
Yeah, he's brought a lot of vills forward, but he doesn't have the stone for a castle yet. This is really messy, but it's like kind of messy in a good way for Sebastian. He wanted to create chaos here. But if Yo could afford Halb, I could see him winning this game. Just straight Halb here in early imp.
It's the classic, right? Where you're flooding in and you're trying to raid him to death, and you're doing what feels like a great job, and it feels like any second this guy's going to break. But there's always that risk of him holding on just long enough to get his upgrades, and then you're stuck in Castle Age, trying to go up yourself. The militia here are a nice touch from Sebastian.
I think they were probably a misclick, but I'll pretend he was trying to go for like longsword.
They're more of mascots, dude.
Well, nice quick walling there from Yo, and Sebastian's going to stall out production here. He stops producing. He has an 80 population lead.
55 on food. Oh my god.
He's collected 13,000 more resources.
Yikes.
And Yo's going to have he's going to have 3 minutes to find an answer to what Sebastian's sending his way. But there's just so many knights. Like, he can't push with what he has, unfortunately, because his opponent's base is so far away.
He needs help.
Yeah.
It's almost to the point where you're unqueuing all those pikemen and villagers and everything just to get it.
I feel like if Yo would have just gone pike knight this game and hadn't gone for crossbow and bodkin, that he would be dead already, because these TCs having bodkin arrow helped so much against these raids.
There's help, so he'll buy himself a temporary reprieve. The key word there being temporary, as Yo tries to wall in these knights and take care of these at the back of his base. So much pressure in on that gold from Yo the entire game.
Well, comp-wise, if slabs are on, if they're not on Bowyard, they're going to just stick with the same. They're going to go Halb and they're going to go Cavalier. And that could actually be a problem against hand cannon Halb from the Franks. So, and Yo's planning on that. Like, he clicked chemistry before the Halb upgrade. So, maybe
he's getting ballistics,
there's a chance for Yo. Yeah, ballistics. And the chemistry is in. So he's going to go hand cannon Halb, and he's going to have Trebs available. And Sebastian's going to have a castle kind of towards the front here. Look at Sebastian's resources.
It's disgusting. Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's insane. I mean, he's also still nerding out with these knights. Yo still hasn't killed them all. What a game.
It's freaking farms,
Will we get a game 7 here?
Oh, I think we're almost guaranteed a game 7. But, I mean, it is Yo. You never know.
Unique tech
Sebastian
coming in
might
for
throw.
Sebastian. Sebastian's castles will be cheaper on stone once that tech's completed, and he's got a lot more stone available than Yo does. And he sees the trap. He says, you know what? I just got to kill that real quick and then nope out of here. He should nope out of here back to his castle, and that's good work there from Sebastian.
He should 3,000 food, dude. Oh my god. Just sell it.
Yeah, I was going to say he can't actually spend it fast enough here. It's really difficult to.
More militia. Okay, that's a way you
worse,
could...
dude. Like,
yeah.
I think like Siege Ram, Or just building castles in the back of your base, preparing for this forward castle to go down is important if you're Sebastian. Because I think you just need like 3-4 castles, the ability to make elite bowyer, and you're in a really good spot here.
Or even just like Drazina and then spam halbs while you get your techs
Actually,
behind.
Drazina is huge. Yeah, I actually, with these resources especially, Drazina is a must.
You can, and then at that point, you can just, you know, create halbs from everywhere, spam them in. If Yo isn't careful, he's going to lose his halbs and his hand cannons.
There's actually a very good chance, like, a lot of players are products of their experiences, and I don't know if Sebastian gets Drazina that frequently.
He's not a community game player, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a really good tech. It would really help you get an edge over...
Heavy Scorpion, bro.
The halbs. Yeah, I mean, Heavy Scorpion's good on paper, but if Bombard Cannons flatten them, then they're not so good, right?
I think Heavy Scorpion is more of a product of him floating tons of food in wood.
Maybe, yeah.
And just being like,
But
okay,
no-
this is an option. I don't know if that's like something he's going to go into long term. It just gives him another out.
Really good for him that he's almost taken out the castle here from Yo, but Yo is using that Bombard Cannon against the Trev.
No fletching hurts so bad for Sebastian. He can't range the Bombard Cannon.
He's going to take the fight. I actually think he can win this fight. He's got so much army here.
Castle goes
He
down.
does take out the castle, and that's all he wants is just to take out that castle, keep his own castle up. Sure, it might not look like the best of trades for Cavalier against Halbs there, but he just needed a second, and now he's making the Scorpions, and now he's going Hussars. I mean, this comp, like, the thing you're expecting here on this map is fighting in different angles and different spots and using mobility. But Sebastian is now committing himself to a position right next to Yo's base, giving Yo that very slow, choke pointy type engagement.
Yep.
I think Sebastian might be sweating a little bit right now.
I think so too. Like, if he had gone for Drazina instead of Heavy Scorp, if he had just upped his production and military units and just spammed them in, he might have been able to hold. If he had made the switch to Boyer, maybe it's a little bit better. But I mean, he's still, don't get us wrong, he's in a fantastic position. Onager could be good if you want to cut through the middle and make it messy for Yo, or if you want to try and get big shots there as well. He's still like 20,000+ resources collected ahead.
He just needs to give up this push and raid the left side. Yo's got nothing over there. You give up this hill, you fall way back, and you prepare for the next step. But he's not falling back because that was part of the plan. He's falling back because he's terrified right now, Dave. He's shaking.
Siege engineers on the way.
Yo's army is looking dangerous. These bombard cannons are critical. They're flattening the Scorpions. The Scorpions have done nothing. They're costly. It's not like they're cheap. Now they get some hits.
Gotta be careful with these hand cannons. You lose the hand cannons or you lose the bombard cannons. Suddenly it's an important element of your army gone, right? And those cavalry, there was just too many of them. They flatten the halbs, has to retreat back to the castle. Meanwhile, that castle from Sebastian on the left is going up on the TC from Mr. Yo. And Mr. Yo is now losing the hand cannons to the Scorpions.
I actually think it was good for Sebastian to lose the Cavalier because they got enough value, and now he doesn't have to be so particular about taking fights. Now he just has Hussars. It just costs food, and he could just toss them in just like this. You lose a fight, you don't need to be worried about it. Whereas before he did, and he snipes the bombard cannons. He's going to find the Treb as well, and now Yo starting to lose this castle. This might be it finally.
He's up to 125 vills, though.
Yeah. Can't take gold, dude. He's going to be... Yo is that one gold pile. That's it. Sebastian's got the rest of the golds around the map available to him.
I mean, there's about to be an overchop in the middle. They're about to meet up. They've been remarkably peaceful there so far.
Oh, man.
You won't even need onagers to
drop
cut
a
through.
castle. Yeah. I'd like to see Siege Ram here, too. I think Siege Ram is really helpful. And with the slabs, it would make a whole lot of sense. But he's actually
suddenly Sebastian has no food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa. How did we get here? The Scorpions have done a decent job at clearing up the halbs HP and the hand cannons and pushing them back.
Yeah, it makes it awkward for the halbs to engage.
Ooh,
But if
castle
the
in the
halbs
center
engage in
from
a line
Sebastian.
like that, that is actually really good for them.
Yep. I still don't like the Scorpions have done a decent job. They're okay here. I don't think it's the optimal play in this situation, but they're still doing okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, you only have so many options with the slabs. You don't have bombard cannon. Siege Onager is probably not realistic because of just how costly it is. So he needed something more than what he was doing. This has done a decent job, and he flattened some hand cannons here. That's nice because Yo's running low on gold. But Scorpions are going to go down too. Yo's still not dead. Yo tried to push the left side.
Where
Dave.
did that treb come from? It rolled up
Good
from
question.
Yo's side. Did that come all the
What
way
if he
around?
saves it? What if he saves it? Did it come from the middle? It might have gone through the middle. And Yo tried to push back on the left while still getting pushed on the right. He just got, it's too many areas to focus on. And it's like every time I'm looking, Sebastian is sniping a bombard cannon or a treb.
Yeah. 150 population, but Sebastian's only at 170.
Yeah.
Feels like he should be at more, but I mean, Sebastian, we're being super nitpicky here because he's played so well. And his eco is just, his eco has been to an extent where we feel like the games should be over for a while, but at the end of the day, it is Mr. Yo.
Yeah.
And he's going to stretch out games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you can't, like, it's really hard to kill the best of the best. It just is, right? And they are going to have the confidence to continue on. More eco upgrades here for Sebastian.
Always, dude. Always
He's
that
got
final
castles
wood upgrade.
everywhere.
Crop rotation.
Scorpions and Hussars fighting on the right. He just wants the trap. Snipe another trap. The Scorpions hold the position. Left side, he actually loses a trap and maybe needs some army over there because Yo's being so annoying, man.
Back up to 180 pop.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is just because the Halbs do kill the Hussars so quickly. And Sebastian has yet to be able to find like a big killer eco raid on Yo.
And
He's just
it was
taking positions.
Dude, that it was a trap from the castle on the left. You can see the waypoint from that castle is being sent all the way through to the right side. So I was wondering where that trap came from. It was definitely from over there, and Yo takes that out. He can go get the gold again, but there is a Hussar now making its way over.
I think, do you consider starting to get champion technologies right now? If you're Sebastian, like not necessarily making them, but just making sure you're ready for if
I
that
think
time
so.
comes.
If you're floating, yeah, but right now he's still not floating food. Like he needs to find ways to raid into Yo's eco, but Yo has done such a good job just locking everything down with the Halbs, and he's still killing Hussar. Yo has a population lead.
Crazy. I think Sebastian, the crazy thing too is I think Sebastian's still gonna win.
Yep.
Like Yo just
look at the res.
He's
40,000 almost ahead in res collected. Like, of course he should win here. Look at the gold count, everything.
And
he's pushing through the
Yo
center.
Just runs out of gold. Like right now, it doesn't say he's mining any, so he must have run out. The middle position's being raided. That's what Sebastian needs. The left side, Yo's tried to push that castle. Even that's not that important right now. If you push the right, that's still so far away from Sebastian's eco. Another bombard cannon down for Yo. Another treb down for Sebastian, but still sinking all of his stone, Yo, into repairing that castle. Still is a pop lead, slightly.
With how badly this opened for Yo on this map, this is almost like a win in and of itself. I know you don't want to go to Game 7, but the fact you managed to drag it out to this situation is crazy from how far behind you were. I
think there's some lessons to be learned here for Sebastian too. Like if he wins this series, plays this matchup again, because Drazina should have come in my opinion, for his Halbs. Siege Ram, I think something that he could go for. But
Yo takes out the castle on the left. Yo's trebbing down the castle in the middle.
Yo's got gold. Yo's got gold on the left now, Dave.
And he's got those 2 relics that he somehow managed to get.
Yeah. I mean, the Scorpions just, if you think of the cost, I know they're cheaper with the Slavs, but they have not really looked to be good enough. I think they would, I wonder if it's actually better to go like Halb Scorpion than Hussar Scorpion. Maybe not, because you don't have mobility.
I mean, if you get
mix in the
Drazina,
occasional
it might be,
Onager.
I don't know. You're still struggling against bombard cannon, hand cannon.
Yeah.
The Scorpions are getting really good damage against the Halbs, but the Halbs just eat through the Hussars so quickly.
Yeah.
But dude, we have 88 Slav farmers with full upgrades.
And Yo has gold. So he can make more hand cannons. He could make more bomber cannons, and this whole cycle can continue. For the love of God, if we don't see a freaking siege ramp, Dave, imagine 3 siege ramps on the right now. All those buildings are going down. There's nothing Yo can do. You gotta get some siege ramps here, surely.
Yo is taking out the castle in the middle. He needs to re-wall behind this, though. Oh, no, his bombard cannon tried to attack the hussars that were attacking the house, and it kills his own house, and the hussars are in.
and another bombard cannon bites the dust. Dave, what is going to be the 3rd most created unit for Yo at the end of this game? Think about it.
Oh, God, the bomber cannon's on the left. No, Yo, you got to back up.
Oh, God. Yo notices Sebastian didn't.
Yo,
Sebastian is looking at the treb. He's looking at the middle, and he's finding villager kills. He's still looking on the right side. He's still raiding there. But honestly, slight chance. Oh, I guess Yo made some knights. I'm wondering if it's possible that Yo has made over like 20 bombard cannons, and it might be the 3rd most created unit in this game.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe.
How is Yo? What is Yo's eco on the right side? What is that? Sebastian doesn't see that.
My man's hunting.
Tons of vills.
How is that just coexisting in the middle there?
Well, he did notice the left. He is still making progress
Sebastian goes
in the
for
middle.
a castle there.
He's still pushing the right. Yeah. Watch Yo buy a castle and drop a castle there. He's going to try it, but there's army here now. Oh, God. There goes Yo with the castle. Yo's castle might even go up there.
Oh, there's a scorpion, bro. Ooh, I don't know. It's going to be tough. Bombard cannons go down. The castle stays up on the left side.
Ooh.
What another...
What a push.
Attempted hold here from Yo, and Sebastian's just relentless with the pressure. Now it's 200 pop versus 150. Sebastian, advantage again.
Yeah, and Sebastian is finally going to make some rams to ram down this
Castle's
castle.
up, though.
That castle is going to give Yo the potential to fight for a while now, knowing him. He's still got lots of halbs. He still hasn't been broken. He's got gold on the left still, so he can make more bombard cannons. It's crazy stuff we're witnessing here. And Yo will use his villagers to batter down the ram. It's only a capped... it's not even a capped ram, so that ram won't be a problem at all. And Yo's
Castle
making a
is
siege
denied,
workshop
dude.
there, bro.
Sebastian, I have to give him credit. The opening was amazing, and the eco management has been sublime here. The eco management has been insane. Look at the res collected stat. That'll tell you everything you need to know about the macro. But some of the unit choices and the transitions here maybe a little to be desired. Maybe this game could have been over by now, but maybe it's just resilience from Yo.
Make a ram, bro. Yeah, I mean, it is just it's a matchup. Like, do you remember my game against like Nili where the KD was awful? That was chakrams, but Slavs are just stuck on like 3 units. They're stuck on cav, infantry, siege, and with bombard cannons and hand cannons existing, and halbs, I guess. Sometimes it just feels so awkward. When you have the map control, though, you should be able to outlast your opponent, and that's kind of where I'm worried, just because Yo has golds and has like 20 on golds. So he's not finished yet. He hasn't been killed yet. He could still win this game somehow.
One boyar in the queue here for Sebastian. I think if you're not seeing hand cannons, dude, get Drazina, build up halbs, and then push forward with like 4 or 5 trebs.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you
Drazina
force
does
him in
make-
the hand cannon, sure, whatever. You can go raid somewhere else.
Okay, important
He's
question.
back into hand cannon now.
Important question. How hydrated do you think these players are? Because they have taken no breaks, and I have mildly hydrated today, and I'm really unhappy that this game is over an hour. That's all I'm going to say. Like,
You don't keep a glass of water or anything? Like,
I don't know. I mean, I just drank a glass. I drank a full glass of water, and I had some water with my breakfast. I had a coffee.
Okay.
We've been here for 4 hours.
Coffee.
These guys never took a break.
All right.
And I mean, maybe that's part of the issue for Sebastian. Maybe he really has to pee. That's why he's misclicking here every once in a while and not getting some of these texts. But
Brother, imagine us saying that the 22-year-old guy's running out of stamina while the fucking 33-year-old smoker.
well, I was gonna say, Yo, he survives on cigarettes. So
yeah.
yeah, Yo, that's true. I don't think I've ever seen Yo drink any liquid at any LAN event. It's just cigarettes. Oh man. I mean,
what a
I want to say
hold. Another
Sebastian's making
TC.
progress.
Is he?
He is making progress. Yo's gonna have a freaking bomber cannon on the right side, and he's gonna kill that trap.
Yo,
You've got to be kidding me.
You might be right with that stat line of bomber cannons. Like, Yo may have produced already 30 bomber cannons this game.
Yeah, it's gonna be third on that list. And
But he's out of gold.
The whole conversation was gonna be that he shouldn't have gold.
Oh no, he's got a TC on the left, taking the gold. It's fine.
Yep.
Bomber cannon does go down on the right side, though. Yo's bomber
He's
cannons
rebuilding
attacking
his
that
TC
castle
in
on
the
the
middle
left
now.
are done. Farm
Like,
TC
with
going up again.
3,000 gold, is it not worth like 4 or 5 onagers too? Like 4 or 5 onagers, sure you might lose a couple to bomber cannons, but I still think
Sebastian should just go scorched earth, dude, and just cut all the wood line in the middle. Just be like,
yeah.
there you go. What are you gonna do now? I'll just hold you in.
Finally, like, Yo is just such a pain. Finally, Sebastian gets access to the gold to the right, so he's going to have that gold. I actually want to see how much gold Sebastian has left. We haven't thought about that, but he really needed that gold
some on the
right.
left side, and then there's the gold on the right, and that's it. I mean, he does have the 3 relics. He has collected 50,000 more resources this game,
Dave,
than Mr. Yo.
There is only 7,000 gold left on the map. That's crazy.
Big.
And
I mean,
there's 1,700 stone.
3,000 gold in the bank for Sebastian
Yeah, true.
is, you know,
I mean,
Viper-esque.
Sebastian's killed 160 villagers. As much as we feel, and it's not like we haven't credited Yo, but I know you and I just feel like Sebastian's going to win this game, and he still hasn't won it, and I really got to pee, right? So I'm getting a little antsy. But what a freaking fight from Yo. He's still got a game. He's still got a home map. There's been so many points where he should have been dead. The guy's still fighting like a maniac right now.
Dude, his eco has some like generational trauma right here. We've got 160 deaths.
Oh man, that's the reason for expansion here. No one wants to be in the farming eco. Mining gold is tough, but you kind of feel like you might be safer over there.
You're just always slowly waiting for that one extra treb to come join the party in the middle. And then Sebastian snipes it down, right? And then Yo has to wait again for the treb.
Oh, it's so funny. Maybe Yo needs to wait till he gets a mass of a couple bomber cannons, but it's tough to do when the pressure's coming in so frequently.
Sebastian now going for more stables on the right side. I think he's just about to break him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's killing more vills than ever. He's finding the wood line for Yo more than anything. And Yo, while he is killing another big force from Sebastian,
Yo's got a bomber cannon in the center now.
I think that castle could be repaired, and I think Sebastian could snipe at least the bomber cannon here. Maybe. It's hard to get through there with all the
Oh, if
house.
he hits that with the treb, it was so close.
Treb goes down. More scorpions come in. They're helping with the halps. More hussars are on the way. Sebastian being patient, if you could call this patience. Hard to have patience here. He's waiting. There's not many halbs there. The halbs are out of position. He dives, and Yo's going to lose another bombard cannon and another treb here soon if he's not careful.
Is he?
I think he should.
I don't know if he is, dude.
Treb is going to go down. Bomber cannon survives.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yo's still at 170 pop. Sebastian literally can't keep units coming out fast enough.
Bro, I gotta pee so bad. TC's got that. I mean, we might get to a point where Yo rebuilds this for a third time. It feels like that TC's gonna go down. Yo's got 2 bombard cannons. That might change because we see Halb. Oh my god. Halbs and Hussars killing another one. Yo has no bomber cannons now.
What's Yo's wood situation looking like?
Not great. It's good he got that crop rotation upgrade for free, because The wood situation's not great. And actually, that's really important if he needs
Oh,
bomber cannons and halbs.
Sebastian has a lot of trebs now. He's got 2 in the center. Where are the other ones? Yo trying to figure out a place for a castle.
He's got 2
More
on the
trebs
right.
on the right, yeah.
And he's got 1 or 2 on the left.
Oh,
He's
Sebastian, get out of my game. Get out of my game castle here.
Steal the farms, too.
Where Yo's first TC was.
Or that's a donate a bunch of free kills castle.
It's fine. You can just replace those villas with military. It's okay. I don't know if Yo can deny that.
Yeah, I think a castle goes up. I think you're right. And then Sebastian has trebs there, which is great. And he could just go immediately for that castle, which he's
Yo
doing.
is buying wood.
Oh, there's another
Yikes.
bombard cannon. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Sebastian, he gets it. Finally, I think that's the final nail in the coffin. I think. And I'm again, like, so hopeful that we get to see how many bombard cannons Yo created in this game. I will die if it was number 3 on the list that's going to pop down at the end here.
You're going to die?
I'm going to die if this game
Doesn't
goes on for
bode
another
well
5
for
minutes.
Game 7.
Yeah. By the way, folks, Game 7, if you thought this was a long series, Game 7 is going to be on Arena. So, yeah.
How is Yo still fighting on here? Another forward castle from Sebastian.
I don't know how he's had the gold. I don't know how he's had the stone.
How does he have the energy?
Well, it's nice because Dark Age Arena is pretty chill, so you should be able to get your energy
Apparently before his set, Yo was saying on stream that he was less concerned about Sebastian and more concerned about what his haircut was going to look like on the camera.
Is that confirmed, or is that a random Twitch chatter?
They said they just came from Yo's stream when they quoted that, so I don't know.
There it is, Dave. 27 bombard cannons in this game from Yo. 27. He produced 600 halves, 71 hand cannons, but 27 bombard cannons. And I mean, the KD doesn't look good for Sebastian. And I know maybe with a couple extra techs,
he got the job done. That's all that matters.
He could have got it done. Yeah, but he got the job done. He did it. And he benefited from his amazing Castle Age play, like Feudal Age and Castle Age
Hang
play.
on, before you go into the stats, are you in the stats yet?
No.
Okay, how much food do you think Sebastian collected this game?
Okay, I'm just going to say it without thinking about it too much.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 90K.
Okay, I'm going to go 84,000.
We were pretty close.
95.
95,000 food.
Yeah.
95,000 over 51,000. Just look at the resources collected there. That's crazy. How did Yo hold on there, man? Oof. But yeah, it takes us to a Game 7 here, folks. And it's been an amazing series. It's maybe been the perfect series. We've had such a good mix of maps. And I'm going to go pee before they start the next game. I swear to God, they're going to start right away.
P90 official.
Okay, they haven't started the next game. So yeah, I'll be back in a couple minutes.
All right, see you in a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeremy, thank you for the 10 months. Chicken Shawarma, thank you for the 3. Swanky, Tustar, you already know. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, that was good. 7 games, guys. We go into arena. God damn, dude. Sebastian's crazy. Sebastian is crazy. We're on to Yo's home map, though. See what Yo can do. That was an insane hold from Yo. What the fuck? Okay. I also have to visit the little boy's room. So I'll be right back. Hey, you back? Mr. Mustachio?
All right.
Oh, you're back. Okay.
We're good. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
I said I don't think I've ever felt so relieved.
All right. Well, I was right. You were wrong.
Ooh,
Teutons.
Teutons. All right. I mean, he'd picked Teutons early in the draft. And Burgundians was the other option. Teutons. I wonder if Sebastian expected Teutons here,
I think you
or if
have to,
he.
dude. He
Okay,
picked him
so
early. He's not going with his
yeah,
final pick.
yeah. At this point, there's only two options. You look for the earliest pick in most cases. Here we are, Game 7 on Arena. Dave, talk to me about Teutons. You seem to have a lot of faith in
I
the
think
Teutons.
Teutons are a very good anti-civilization to the metacivs on Arena. Now, Turks, not really the best matchup for them, but I think they have more options against the Turks than the Burgundians do. From what I've seen on Nineville starts, Turks against Burgundians always just get stuck. So this is a civilization pick that Yo is going to go for because it's basically the only one he has left. And there's options here. Like, going monks with Teutons is good. It's hard for the Turks to fight up against it if you keep the spearmen protecting your monks. And you might be able to find, you know, a good map position, especially with that forward gold from Sebastian. However, the stone is back from Sebastian, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, map players are pretty close together on this generation, so maybe a forward castle could be an option for Sebastian. We saw a strategy in another Game 7 on Arena of freaking Andy Leary, where the light cav was out for map control, and then the forward castle happened, and that was against Burgundians, actually, and freaking Andy wasn't able to deal with the pressure. But I'll tell you, I don't think Teutons should try scouts here, right? I think the fact that you don't get light cav just kind of against the Civ who gets light cav for free.
Not really a Yo strat
cancels
either.
that out of the equation, right? So probably just monks and eco, maybe, and adapting for Yo here.
Or you go for the tower rush. I mean, look at how many villagers he has on food right now.
2 on wood.
2 on wood. Yeah. I think the tower rush is not bad if you can find yourself a good spot. He's going to hate the fact, if he goes for that the stone is so far back from Sebastian.
Yeah,
that is
you just don't know.
Yeah.
You just don't
But
know.
the
And
gold
actually,
is
the
forward.
berries aren't really that forward either. Like, would be fairly easy to wall the berries. Yo is going to stone, Dave. You understand Yo more than most. And this would mean towers. So he's going to try towers and adapt here. And if he can get in through those walls, it'll be interesting. Now, I don't know the situation when Yo comes forward, and maybe Sebastian will expect this, but a lot of the arena guys these days think tower rush is a dead strategy because of the inaccuracy of towers. And they'll run out and they'll just like bop a stone wall real quick right before the opponent gets through. I don't know if Sebastian knows about that, or even if it's as strong as I think, but maybe that's something Sebastian will need.
Yo is not messing around with this one either. Like, the tower rush from Winchester would be, okay, we send like 4 vills forward, 5 vills maybe. We go for the tower, we go for that range right away. Mr. Yo is like, I'm taking full advantage of the Teuton extra garrisoning space. I'm going to send 8 vills. And I think you just made a great point there. A lot of defending against a tower rush on Arena is about experience. Yeah. And staying calm, not panicking. Yo is going to run into that tiger, which is unfortunate. But I don't know if Sebastian has that. I don't know if he's got the same level of experience.
So with this many vills, you might even be able to justify attacking the gate because you can't stack that many vills against a stone wall. So I think this is actually a nice opportunity for you. You tower next to the gate. Once the tower's up, it protects the area. And then you can just batter down the gate. While it does have more HP, I think you actually break that down faster than an individual
I think
wall.
you go after a wall. It's
And he
600
goes
more.
wall.
Yeah, it's 600 more. It's just too much.
Sebastian needs to get loom before this. He needs to get loom. I actually think that
he's not
walls like this, it's okay.
Oh boy, he's not getting loom.
Okay, so he's gonna let Yo into his base. He's not gonna wall behind it, and he's like not directly behind it. And Yo is gonna be in soon.
That wall
Sebastian
is going down
so
fast, dude.
No
No
what
loom.
Can Yo deny?
I mean,
Not
the whole
much.
front side of the base, right? Like, even if you go for the tower rush, the thing is, like, your eco is going to be behind early. We can already see Sebastian ahead on res collected. Yo's eco at home looks like a dumpster fire because it kind of is. But if you get the towers set up and your opponent still commits that fast castle strategy, if you have like 3 or 4 towers, they're going to spend the next 5 or 6 minutes clearing out those towers. Especially if you're Teutons and you can garrison tons of vills inside. Let's see if Yo even like just runs in. Imagine Yo just ran in with the vills. That'd be crazy, dude.
Is there anything like? I guess Sebastian doesn't have loom. I was gonna say, is there anything to stop Sebastian from rushing that down? And the answer is the fact
No
he doesn't
loom.
have loom.
Yeah, and it's Teutons.
Yeah. Yo was hoping to have found some stone here, though, right? You take that risk with this strat because you're assuming. Or you're hoping that you can deny the only stone in the base. To not see it could mean that Sebastian could go to that stone, build a castle, which would take care of a tower or two, and then you're making Janissaries to pressure Yo. Yo's splitting up his vills at the moment.
Yep, going for another tower on the other side. I like this, but I also kind of hate it at the same time because you want to have towers within range of each other to support.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the tower. I hate the fact he hasn't walled in the original tower and the fact that that tower is on his own. But Sebastian won't rush that down because he wants to just click up the castle age and chill here. And there he goes. And he goes to stone. Just wall behind here for Sebastian. But Sebastian's going to need food in the next stage. Like, I'd love to say, like, yeah, you know, castle, drop castle, go Janissaries. It's so strong, but is
Yo,
it?
Yo just...
if you don't have the food?
Sebastian also... Yeah, thinking about spending stone on a counter tower. Yo sees that.
Yeah.
And we might see the little tower counter tower dance going on here. As Sebastian will feel the need to make that. So he won't have
Yo
enough
doesn't
stone.
have the stone.
Well, Yo doesn't, but Sebastian won't have enough for a castle unless he hardcore buys.
Yeah. I think at this point it might just be Mangonel for Sebastian and then adapt from there. He didn't even build a mining camp on the stone. It was just one vill. And Yo is just battering down the mill. I mean, these 3 towers could not be further apart in Sebastian's base. These towers are not protecting each other at all, which is so weird.
It is.
But he's got control.
Yo will force that tower out from Sebastian now. Sebastian was trying to save the stone. He wasn't building it. Yo goes for that tower now. Unfortunately for Sebastian, Yo will be able to garrison more, but Sebastian will be in Castle Age soon with enough resources to go for siege. So this will become difficult for Mr. Yo. And remember that Yo has had 8 villagers forward, so they haven't been working in his eco this entire time.
Yeah. Love how Yo is prepping houses in case he gets pressured. It's like an extra layer of defense for when that time comes. And also what's really good for Yo here is that even though the tower is up for Sebastian, he has the amount of vills. And actually, his tower should be able to range some of these vills when they drop off the wood as well. So it's awkward times for Sebastian. Sebastian is definitely looking like a player who's never faced up against this many times in his life.
I mean,
like,
he has
not bad decisions.
Yeah, he's been very calm. It's actually kind of impressive here. To be fair, though, I mean, Yo hasn't really placed the optimal towers either. I think.
Like, what I'm thinking right now is that the tower next to Sebastian's TC should have been battered down by vills.
Yep.
That should be gone. And then you use the Mangonel versus the tower. Now, it may end up being gone in the end. Sebastian added a barracks. Maybe he's thinking about a stable. Again, he needs food, but he continues to buy the food, which is actually really good because Yo will probably try and end up buying food to get up to Castle Age.
Yo is distracting so much of this tower fire with his scout. But the scout is almost dead now. Got to keep that Mangonel alive. It's pretty dangerous against a Teuton tower. You got to keep that thing alive. You got to keep that thing alive. Sebastian snipes Seville. Great job from Sebastian. Is this it? Is this the game that can get him that big set win that he wants?
Dave, Yo has to walk a long way to escape here. Just saying, if he gets trapped in this tower, there is no easy escape once the tower is gone. Sebastian's going to have 2 Mangonels. Scout for Yo will not be enough. Like, he's making Sebastian work. This tower is going to go down. I mean, Yo is in an abysmal spot right now. Sebastian has played extremely well against this. I take it back. He's been buying the food for Vils. He's microed the spear here perfectly. He saved his lights, his light cap.
Getting a little ugly now. Oh, what a nice attack round there from Sebastian. Hey, there we go.
You need to run, bro.
Yo is stuck,
You need to run,
dude.
not
Yo
towards
is
the siege.
stuck, bro. But he might be able to get this villager or maybe the Mangonel. The villa's in front of the Mangonel now, and maybe he could snipe it. Attack rounds coming in from Sebastian. This is looking good for him. Tower is now weakened to the point where Yo needs to leave, and Sebastian going for attack round, sniping the villagers. Yo is in trouble. Big trouble. Sebastian 0 on food. Yo has more villagers, but Sebastian's on the hunt.
Sebastian can take out every tower. Sebastian's in Castle Age already. Yo hasn't even clicked. And it's just...
Still 0 on food for Sebastian. Keep that in mind.
I've seen better power rushes, but like Yo, what Yo struggled to do was really find an area to do damage, and that's the thing about the tower rush is you're hoping to deny a lot of crucial resources, but he just didn't end up seeing enough to or what he wanted, which I think was that stone.
Yo can go for a castle here. Sebastian can also go for a castle shortly. Sebastian's getting more on food. He's got villagers in the queue now. Resources collected once again ahead for Sebastian to an insane degree.
Yeah. I understand like when you've killed 8 villagers from Yo, wanting to be aggressive here, and he was already on the stone. So let's see if he continues forward and if he tries to drop a castle. But there is a risk. Like Yo is also just hoping basically he could catch something out. And if Yo adds like 2 knights, could kill the siege, and whatever castle Sebastian tries to drop forward is probably going to be with more than 8 villagers. So maybe Yo can kill those vills, even it up a little bit.
I honestly think the Vinch tower forward strat is so much better with the archers than the villagers. 8 vills coming forward. He just was 8 vills there.
Yeah. Well, it's just like he was so far from where he broke through. None of his initial towers were next to each other.
Oh, what a sick attack round. Oh my god.
That's the second one, dude. I mean, he had multiple against the Vills, but that's the second one against Scouts. Sebastian needs to drop this castle now. He sees the stable. Okay, actually, yeah, you just wall in the Vills. Maybe even the Mangonels. Oh, that's so sick, dude. That's so sick. Oh, I thought he was going to shoot his own castle somehow. That castle's going up.
Yo's now in a spot where he needs to go for a castle, and then he needs to try and go up to him. But the resources here for him are going to be disaster.
Yeah. Sebastian grabbing relics. Sebastian's going to be through this wall here pretty quickly. Nice little quick wall from him. Dude, what a moment for Sebastian.
I mean, if we're thinking
amazing.
If we're thinking Janissaries here, Sebastian's going to have to keep buying food to do that.
Yeah.
It's not like his economy behind is insane, but he is Turk, so he mines gold faster. And maybe he could sell the stone and maybe buy the food and try and go up. Buying a lot to queue Janissaries.
I really think like that castle from Yo is not going to be enough to stop Sebastian from finding benefit to this attack. Yo would need full stonewall to the left and the right. Even the houses, while it could potentially be enough to make Sebastian think he can't get through, it's really not. You could take out the stonewall and the houses really quickly. So Yo's probably going to try fast imp. I think Sebastian should just go full army, try and get the relics. You already have a villager lead, and just keep pressuring Yo here.
I don't know, man. If you go up in Sebastian's position, like, are you really going to be able to do that much damage with him having a castle there? Kind of feels like a situation where you should go up to imp if you're Sebastian.
Well, I will say this.
Resources on Janissaries.
You either go imp, or you're spending everything on Janissaries, and in this case, Batards. So it has to be either extreme with no in between, I would say. Janissaries could kill so much, so quickly. And he's got a petard here, Dave.
That's a good tower from Yo.
Oh, bust right through.
That's a really good tower from Yo. Perfectly on time, too.
Oh, and a good Mangonel, actually, from Yo. Yeah, you know, the way Yo's positioned his base with the walls and the siege now, starting to see what you're saying. Imp could be really helpful here.
Sebastian can still go up if he sells his stone and buys food.
Yeah.
Yo is trying to naturally get there a little bit. You know, he's got more on food. He's got the gold coming in. Let's see if Sebastian goes for another castle.
It would be really interesting if Yo gets Imp and trebs that castle down, because I'm curious what Yo does. And there goes Sebastian selling a stone. What does Yo do beyond trebs? Because, like, you're against Turks, so going monks is tricky.
You gotta go monks. You gotta
go monks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just really bad for Yo. I think Sebastian's won this game because he's made the decision to go up now.
To go up. Yep. Well, he assessed it, said, actually can't break through. And Yo, God, man. I mean, when he broke through those walls and he saw that Sebastian wasn't taking any resources close to where he could tower, it looked like he was just desperate for any type of damage with the tower rush.
I don't know about not building towers next to each other. You gotta have the stack. Yeah. That's the whole point about it, right?
You think part of it was maybe just because, oh, the micro from Sebastian, the micro from Yo, but not good enough. Wow, that's so good. Do you think it had something to do with the fact that he just didn't find resources to deny, though? And that's why he kept shifting around?
I mean, you have the gold and you have the walls there you can push through, right? You don't have to find the... I don't know. Let's get a clown's perspective on this, but it feels like you don't have to. If you're going to tower rush somebody, you got to keep all the towers concerted in the same area.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're not delaying them at all once they're in Castle Age.
I am by no means a clown spokesman, but I would say a lot of arena players would say that the tower rush has been figured out. Yo, though, you could see what he was trying to do, but Sebastian was just so chill throughout all the pressure. Still chill. Look at him. Repair the siege. Push down the tower. We'll actually be into Yo's base. Yo's got a panic tower behind this, because this one's going to go down. But Sebastian will be an imp faster than Yo, even though it was part of Yo's initial plan before Sebastian's.
John Slow says, why trush when you can monk? There you go.
Well, I mean, does he really count?
As a clown?
Well, John Slow is like,
what?
How do I word this? He counts as a clown, but the way Terror plays arena,
you were no longer recognized by the council. The council
Dude,
has revoked your caster status.
I was already banned by the clown council.
Okay.
Banned arena too many times.
All right, Sebastian's an imp. He's done a really good job here. I think there could be an argument here for Terror. Or not Terror, sorry. I'm thinking about John Slow, but Yo calls the GG, knows he can't do anything. Sebastian moving through 4-3. That's a big win for him, and that's a statement win over Mr. Yo. And what a performance.
And just like all these different settings, all these different civilizations, all the skill set that he displayed today shows why more and more people, if they're ranking players with top 5, top 8, top 10 conversations, Sebastian should be in it. He just beat Yo, who's an easy top 5 all time and is always super consistent, usually makes it to the top 4 in big events. Well played to Sebastian. Congratulations to him. And now he moves on to face Vinchester.
Mm-hmm.
And while Vinchester's played fantastic, if Sebastian plays like this, I think Sebastian could beat Vinchester in the quarterfinals and maybe even make a deep run here in Warlords 3. It was so good from him. I loved how many different types of styles he was able to show. He was able to finish this off defending a tower rush with Turks on arena. I've never seen this guy play arena in a tournament prior to this. So congratulations to him. I'm sure he's pumped.
Yeah, that is an insane win for him. And, well, we've got ourselves a new contender here, Tristan. Remember the way that, like, Leary came into the tournament scene where you kind of knew about him, and then he just had this drastic rise, right? Same thing with Hera. Maybe we're talking about that sort of thing again with Sebastian. A lot of other pros, it's like a gradual thing, right? But Sebastian's been really quick rising up the ranks.
He was the 15th seed in this tournament, and he played, in my opinion, top 10 easy. Everyone's really good, right? All the matchups are hard regardless, but yeah, really, really happy for him. And also, no one can say that Yo under-delivered today.
No.
right?
Yo
No
played
one
good.
could say that Yo didn't bring his best because if you watch some of Yo's wins, they were insane. Sebastian was 3-1 down, had to win 3 straight to come back here. Just crazy stuff mentality-wise. And yeah, there's more we could say, but we actually have another series at some point. I'm just so freaking pumped for Sebastian, man. This is what our game needs. We need more young talent
Exactly.
taking the opportunity and having the grind pay off.
Okay, well,
Dang.
another Giant Slayer has entered. Mr. Yo, I feel bad for Yo. I think he played really well, but obviously, like I said, GG, congrats. He's won
Yeah.
before. So it's Sebastian's turn to win a few sets and try and make it deep. It's already through to the quarterfinals.